What is it? A blanket?
I get cold easily, so like have my blanket with me all the time. But yeah,
Uh huh. Is
so
it is it furry on both sides or just one side?
this side is like this kind, and then on the inside it's a little bit different.
Do you have to put your arm inside the Yanny skin like this and then
Yeah, it's my hide. They like just put it on all over.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But it's like one of those
Well,
things they call a throw blanket. Yeah.
you take it to the theater? Is that the
No,
one you take to no? Too big?
no, no, it's too precious. Like, I'm afraid of like bugs, so I don't want to bring home bugs. So
You don't want to
sad.
spill you don't want to put butter on there from the popcorn?
No, I just want my drool on there. Just kidding.
What
No,
the hell?
no, I don't take it to the movies. I just take like a really big, oversized, like long sleeve shirt or like a oversized sweater, and that's good.
Your husband's shirt? Yeah.
Definitely.
So how's your family doing?
They're doing good right now. They're all doing good. We're really busy. I mean, I feel like we're
Uh
busy every single day. So,
well, you're busy. I feel like because I've seen some of your videos and you're like always like doing something with, especially with your kids. I saw the one where you took them to like the where'd you take them to? Like the Pokemon place or something? Like the
oh yeah, yeah,
Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
And you
store.
yeah.
hmm
How much money did you spend over there?
Oh my gosh, that place you can easily drop like 200. It's just
Yeah.
like easily. And then if you have five of them, well, granted, only three of them are into Pokemon right now, so
Uh-huh.
that saves my wallet or my husband's wallet.
Yeah. Do you go to work too, right?
I was working and I resigned, so I no longer work. I used to
What
work for State Farm.
Oh, you were working with what is that guy's name that does the State Farm commercials?
Jake.
Jake?
Jake. Yeah.
You were working with Jake?
Yeah. That's so funny. I know a lot of people who like know me in my real actual life. They'll say,
uh,
"Hey, do you actually know Jake?" And I'm like, "No, I'm
Jake
not that
Yazzie.
cool." Oh my gosh, Jake Yazzie.
I
I
know
actually
several
know a
Jake
Jake
Yazzies before.
Yazzie. Oh, me
You know
too.
Jake? Yeah, I do too.
That's so
It's
funny.
probably like a Jake Begay and a Jake Sosi.
Like Jake Little.
I had no idea your name was Sarah.
You didn't know my name was Sarah?
Mm-mm.
When
I
did you
only
find
known you
that out?
as when I got your message today.
Oh my, oh, stop.
Yeah, I swear, I swear. And then I was like, Sarah, what in the world? I had no idea your name was Sarah.
I
I
guess
always,
it's
I only knew you as Navajo Mama. That's it.
uh,
Never knew you as Sarah or any. Yeah,
oh, that's
I
so
don't,
funny.
I don't know your last name either right now.
That's hilarious. Well, okay, so just meeting me and like based upon like me, what would you guess my last name is? I don't think
Let's
any of my
see.
subscribers know my last name anyways.
I feel like I saw your
Do I
husband
look
on
like
his
a
video
Yazzie? Do I look
before
like
or after you're married.
we'll guess the one now. So we'll guess my married last name.
Probably Smith or or um Martin. Nah, you definitely not Martinez. Don't look like a Martinez at all. I don't know. It can't be a real hardcore Rez last name. It can't be like Begay, Sosi,
What?
Nez. Nope, not Yazzie.
Why?
Nope. I don't know. Your husband don't look that much of a hardcore Navajo. Is he a real hardcore Navajo guy?
That's so
Where's
funny.
where's he from?
He's from the moon. I'm just kidding. He's like from way over there. Just kidding.
I bet if you tell me where he's from, I kind of could guess what your last name is.
Um okay, so he's from his
Don't.
mom's womb. I'm just kidding. No,
Okay, Womb
no,
Land.
I think his family if you want to go like back into history to where his family comes from, it would be near like the Gouldings Monument Valley area.
My gold tooth?
Goldings? No,
Oh,
not Goldtooth.
you're not gold tooth? Oh, okay.
No. And no offense to those who are. It's just like
Gold tooth. I don't know. Mitchell.
one more guess. Oh, Mitchell, that's a nice one. No. Here, let's ask people in the comments. Let's see if they know.
Yeah. Let me see if anybody's commented yet. Nobody yet.
I see comments.
Oh, do you? Oh, wait,
Yeah.
never mind. My bad. Here you go. All right. Let me see. Let me introduce everybody
Okay.
to the video first. All right. So what's up, guys? Welcome to the live. This is Navajo Mama. For those of you who don't know who Navajo Mama is, I'm pretty sure everybody knows who you are, but
No.
this is Navajo Mama here on the live. Shout out to everybody who is watching right now. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and we appreciate you guys. And we're trying to figure out what Navajo Mama's our Sarah's last name is before she got married. So before
No.
everybody's wait, are you
No.
married?
Yes, I'm married.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wait.
So I guess I'm married last name.
Okay. Yeah. What is her last name right now? But before we get into the people's comments of your last name, you want to introduce yourself and say hello to everybody and just say what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey
Go for it.
everyone. Hey everyone. Hi, my name is Sarah. My channel is called the Navajo Mama. So Jamunson reached out to me and welcomed me here to do like an interview with him, and I'm so thankful. Thank you. But yeah, so my channel mostly consists of mom-related vlogs, lifestyle, homeschooling. We homeschool. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I was working. I recently resigned. So basically, we do a lot of hiking. I do a lot of like cleaning and organizing, just home decor and home stuff. So that's my channel. I also do like to frequently go up to the reservation and show you a little bit of the areas up there. I know a lot of people enjoy that, so I try to do a good mixture of that. I am working on a good project on the Navajo Nation, and I am reaching out to several people who I want to be a part of it. So look out for that. It should be coming in November. I'm starting to work on it now. It's kind of a big thing, so I'm really excited about it. But other than that, that is me.
I'm curious about what that big thing is. What you're working on?
It's a big
Are you
project.
allowed to say anything about
No.
it? It's just a big project.
Yeah, it's a
You're
big
building a
project.
Hogan?
I can do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, all right, let's go. Let's go check out some of these last names. You cannot be a Paul. Are you a Paul?
No.
Sarah Paul. No,
Sarah Paul. Hmm. I
no.
would be like Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, you would know Jake Paul, huh?
Oh.
Sarah Etene? What's that?
Where?
Atene.
Oh, a teen.
A team.
No,
No,
not a
no.
teen. But that's a
You're
good one
def
for that area.
you're definitely not a Bahi, are you?
No.
That would be weird.
No, I'm
Sarah
not a
Bahi. No. Yazzie?
No.
No.
Sorry.
That wouldn't be weird. Nez?
No.
Yellow horse.
No.
Clay?
No. That's
Cly.
why. And no.
Holiday.
No.
Oh, that would suit you very well. Sarah
I know a lot
Holiday.
of
You look like
people
a
who have those.
holiday.
Oh no. I know a lot of people in that area who have holiday.
Nanaba?
No. That's a good guess.
Red House?
No.
Jake Begay says yellow Mexican.
No.
Let's see. Curtis says Tina or
Jenny Jenny.
Tina Jenny?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
That's it? Oh.
No.
Um High Desert says Nigrin?
No.
No. Is it Claw? Silly?
No.
Sosie,
No.
Charlie. What in the world? You don't have a Rez last name, huh?
So funny. No, it's not that. So I
Red,
see a
red.
Barla and a Billy and a Claw. I'm just gonna tell you, there's no A, no B, no C, no D,
No, no A, no B.
no T, Y, and Z.
She.
No T, no Y, no Z. I mean, as like the
Mini
first
goat.
initial, it's none of those.
Gani.
No.
What the hell? Do you even have a last name?
Yes, I do. Oh,
Um. All right, people in the comments, you guys
sorry.
gotta some more last names because I'm out of last names. All I know is Yazzie, Begay, Nez, and Sosie. That's all I know.
Okay, let's see. So I'll read some. It says Charlie, no. Toledo, Blackwater, no. Round Horse, no. Um, Jarek, Sarah Big Mountain, no. Eris,
Or what?
Eris is freezing. Let's see. Nez, Be Gay, no. Mini Goats. Right there, albinos. Mm-hmm.
Gone?
Yes. I feel like we should win an
Gone?
award for LB.
What in the world? I've never heard of that last name before.
Really?
The only GON I know is Gathering of Nations.
Oh my god. I just found out about that this past summer. Someone was like, "Hey, are you going to Gone?" And I'm like, "What? Like, how does this person know my last name?" And they're like, "Gone." And I was like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" And they were telling me it stood for Gathering of Nations. But yeah,
Sarah Gathering of Nations. That's a cool
no,
last name.
Gone. But yeah, so
So
that's my
that's
last name.
what was your name before you got married?
A lot of people got it right in the comments.
It's Begay.
No,
Oh,
although I had neighbors who are gay.
many goats. Are we
No,
gonna guess this?
there's one person in here who knows me, like from the area I come from, and I'm trying to look for it. Okay,
Nez.
so Cornelia has it, Nez.
Nez.
Yeah, so that's my maiden last name.
Do you ever miss being a Nez?
Um, no, no, I don't miss being a Nez because honestly, I didn't live up to my last name. When I hear Nez, sorry guys. When I think of Nez, I think of tall, and I'm definitely not tall. So I'm like, I like Gone.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think of when you think about Yazzie? Short?
No, 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 like Nez. Like if you say Nez in Navajo, it's like Nez, like long or
Oh,
tall.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
so
okay.
that's
Yeah,
why I was like,
Yazzie. Is Yazzie short?
no, son, Yasha, baby. That's so
Oh,
funny.
that's pretty cool. So everybody here, like a lot of people probably didn't know your last name now, so
Yeah.
they all got the exclusive last name. So
Yeah.
Navajo Mamas, Sarah Gone.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's cool. So all your kids' last name is Gone now.
Oh yeah. So we're like
Yeah.
I call them my Gone tribe or my Gone fam. Yeah. You know,
That's
it's
dope.
funny when you go somewhere, you call in and they're like, "What's your last name? Can you spell it?" I'm like, "Gone, G-O, N as in Nancy." And then they're like waiting, and I'm like, "That's it." And they're like, "That's it." I'm like, "Yeah, that's it." But and so one guy, he was like, "How do you pronounce that?" I was like, "Gone, just no E." And he's like, "Where's the E?" And I was like, "It's gone." And he like started cracking up, and he was like dying of laughter. And I was like, "Okay, it's not that funny anymore."
what does it mean in Navajo? Is it a Navajo last name?
I don't know, but in Navajo, if you say agon, that's like arm, your
Mm-hmm.
arm. So when we got married and people were calling our wedding the Nezgon like wedding, and people were calling it the long arm wedding because it's like in Nez and agon. Like, we had over 600 people at our wedding. Like that's not even
What?
counting the kids.
All family or just
All
friends?
family and friends, all family, friends, and relatives. Yeah.
Where'd you guys get married at?
We got married in South Beacon. So like where I grew up in that area.
Mm-hmm. In
Yeah.
the in the forest area or like is
So
it?
It was like an outdoor wedding. It was at the church where my dad was the pastor of. We did it like, yeah, like on the church campus, but not in the church building.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So it was a Navajo wedding or like a
No, it
Christian
was
wedding?
a Christian traditional wedding, like a Christian wedding.
Uh huh. That's cool.
Oh,
Been since you were married. How long have you been?
um, so we're going on 13 years this month. Mhm.
Dang, 13
Yeah.
years. That's a long time.
I know, it's crazy. I feel like it's like 4 years, but it's actually 13. So,
You feel like it's 4 years, but it's actually 13
yes,
years.
I feel like it's 4 years because honestly, um, I grew up knowing him. He's been my best friend since we were 12.
Ah,
Um, we, I don't know, like, he actually asked me on a date when we were 13. Back then we didn't have phones, so like we wrote each other actual letters in the mail. And
mm-hmm.
he told me he liked me, and I was like, "You don't know what you're talking about." It's like, nope. And then when
Do,
we were 14, he like told me he liked me and asked me on a date. Um, and I said no because I was like, "You're my brother. Like, I don't think of you like that." And we were best friends. And then when we were 15, 16, and 17, he asked me on a date. So basically, for 6 years, he asked me on a date, and I kept saying no. Um, Finally, I left for college. So I went to Michigan, and that's where I went for my university studies. Um, and he was here. He was like in Tucson. I was in Michigan. And then one day I was just kind of like, and well, not one day, it was like 2 years later. I was just thinking and thinking, and for some reason I was like, I'm such a dork, like I'm so dumb, he's like the person for me. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I called him and I was like, if the offer's not too late, are you willing to like go on a date with me? And I was surprised because he said yes. So I was
well, you mean you didn't hit him up when you got bored?
like, no. No, no.
You hit him
It
up
was,
when you realized that you were like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I just dissing this guy that
well, he was
is
my
the love of
best
my life?
friend. Right. He was my best friend. And honestly, I didn't want to mess that up. I knew he was like such a special person. And
Hmm.
being out in Michigan, there was this person who asked me to go on a dinner date with him. And so it was around Thanksgiving. I went on this date with him. And during that whole time, I was just thinking, like, what am I doing? Like,
Didn't feel right.
yeah, it didn't feel right. And I was like, what am I doing? Do I really like, I know this feeling. I know this is not meant for me. This is not who I want to spend my time with. And so I finally was just like, okay. So I had to tell that person, like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm really not feeling well. I realized I've gone on this date and I'm so sorry, but I'm thinking of, my friend back home and I can't do this. So yeah.
So when you said you were 13 and he asked you out for six
Right.
years. So he asked
So
you
when
out
we were
all the way up until you were
Well, when
19.
we were 12, he told me he liked me and he asked me to like I guess in Christian terms, it was like a little date because he was like, "Do you want to go with me to like there was this big huge youth event?" And I was like, "No, like I can't go." So it started at that moment when we were 12 and it just like kept going on for 6 years. So right before I left for college, he was just like, "This is the last time I'm gonna ask you, and if you say no, I will respect that, and I'm going to let it be. But I can't let you like leave without me not asking." So that's when he had like asked for the very last time.
When you were 13
No, when I left for college,
at 19,
18. Well, so I was
18,
17. I was 17 when I left. I came back for 18, and then when I was going back to Michigan, that's when he asked.
the
So I
last
was
time he
18.
asked. Damn, you had him in the friend zone that long, huh?
No, I didn't mean to. It just
You you guys ever held hands or you,
like when we
two
were
little
dating.
like from 12 to 18?
No,
No,
no.
but he still kept asking you out.
Yeah, he kept like writing me letters asking me. He actually performed a song for me because he's a drummer. So he
Mm.
like played a song for me in front of my church, my home church.
Was it a Megadeth song?
It was Slipknot. Just kidding. Oh my
What
gosh.
song did he play?
He played Cutlass. So I don't know if you're familiar with Christian bands, but there's a band
Mm.
called Cutlass, and we really both like that band. And so he played that one. There's Promise of a Lifetime, and then there was also one from Thousand Foot Crutch.
Mm. But he only played the drum,
Yeah, he plays the
the
drum
drum
and
part.
he sings. So he played the drum while singing.
What?
Yeah,
That's impressive.
I know. I was just
Hey,
thinking, like,
out since you were 12 all the way to 18, first of all. And now that you tell me he can drum and then sing, that's even more impressive.
you know, and
Good
you have
job.
to watch out for those drummers, right? They know the beat.
Dang, 18. Wow. And then you went to college and then did you guys told each other your history right before, like when you guys were getting married, you guys know everything about each
Yeah,
other?
so basically he knew me. He knew me very well. Um, I found out I have lupus and H. pylori when I was 16 years old, and that was one of the health problems I had encountered. I'm also allergic to a lot of items, and so I was always like in excruciating pain or something. And so I kept telling him, I'm like, you don't want to deal with this. Like this isn't something you want to deal with. I don't want to put this on you. Like I have too many health problems. I don't think we should, like date. Like that was one of the things I was thinking about. But also my husband is not the first person I've dated. So
Hmm.
so yeah, so like we knew our whole thing.
How many people did you date before you got with your husband?
Are we saying dating like in a relationship aspect or like going on a date?
Um, relationship?
One.
How long did that last?
That lasted about a year and a half.
With the Navajo?
Yeah, he's Navajo.
Uh, no offense, but you strike me as someone who would date a white guy.
I know. Growing up, I that's what I always like. I never wanted to date a Navajo. No offense to any Navajo men out there. Um, I really didn't want to date a Navajo guy. I was just like,
Why not?
I went to
Oh, all right. Go
school
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I went to school
What
with
you?
Navajo guys, and
Mm,
like for the majority, either half of them or majority of them were related to me. So it's like, okay, I mean, like severely related, like by blood. And I was like, oh my gosh.
damn.
And so, and so we just knew everyone. Like my dad was a pastor. I grew up on the reservation. I knew everyone. Like I knew so many churches. It got to the point where we would actually go to camp meetings and there would be people like other families who would ask my dad for my hand in marriage. And I was only like 16 at the time. And they would be like, "Oh, your daughter, like we really love her. We want her to marry our grandson." And so I started getting like ulcers just like thinking about all of these people at different churches who wanted me to marry their grandson. And so I was like, I really don't want to deal with anything here. I want to like go out there. And yeah. So but the person I dated, I guess the very first person I dated in a relationship aspect with, he was a little bit different. He asked my parents for permission to date me before he even
Mm.
asked me on a date.
Real traditional guy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he was really respectful, very kind. He came from a very good family, very thoughtful, and he was older than me. And so just the fact that he asked my parents before he asked me was like really, really sweet. And I think that's why I ended up saying like yes.
Mm. And
Mhm.
you were just with him for a year though. Was that before you went to Michigan
It
or
was a
after?
year and a half before he went to Michigan. My parents were very strict growing up, and so they wouldn't allow us to date. However, like the fact that he asked them before he asked me on a date, like really showed them his maturity and that they could trust him. So we started dating when I was 16.
Ah, and that lasted until you were 17?
Yeah, like 17
About.
and a half. Yeah.
Y'all were still
So
babies though, huh?
yeah, so, like, we did, like, the movies, like, the lunch. He lives in Flagstaff at the time, and so, we had, like, a 2-hour gap between us, like, that's the distance between where we lived, and so he would travel out to, like, meet me and my family, and be out where my family lived, and then, I would go into Flagstaff and, meet him there, just because that's where he came from. But then he left for college, and we kept that relationship on while he was in college.
It's kind of like a long distance relationship.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, we saw each other, like, every weekend. Again, I knew him because he did go to the school I had been attending. He did go there for a while because they lived in that area before moving to Flagstaff, and then, he just, grew up for the rest of his, like, teenager life in Flagstaff, so I had known
Hmm.
him before.
Have you always been Christian, or have you been like
Yes.
your parents have always been Christian too?
So my dad comes from a Christian background. His dad was also a pastor. My mom comes from a family that are traditional. So they're very much traditional. They don't do like the Native American church or anything. They're just, traditional.
They don't go to medicine
They
woman.
do.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, my mom's side of the family does.
Oh, you never been to like a traditional ceremony or anything?
No,
You personally never?
no. I've never been to a ceremony or a um like an event in that type of area. No.
Mm, that's. Is it because you're Christian, or is it just because you feel like it doesn't? Why not? Just because you just
So,
raised Christian, that's it?
so growing up, like I said, I came from a very strict home, like a very strict household, sorry. Um, and knowing a part of like my Christian faith, it just really wasn't anything. Like I want to say like for I don't know, to describe it, I was a very obedient child. Like, I really
Yeah.
didn't do much. I've never snuck out of the house. I've never drank. I never did like marijuana or anything. I never ditched school. So, like, I was just very vanilla. Funny. Um, and then as I got married, as my husband and I like discovered other areas, like I started wearing skinny jeans and I started wearing like shortcuts and like
What
I
were you
didn't
wearing before skinny jeans?
so like I wear
Dress?
I
Dress?
skirts, dresses,
Ah.
like I could wear jeans, but they couldn't be too tight. They couldn't be like form fitting. Um, so I wore like capris, like those type of clothing. Um, I mean, my parents did very well. They taught us very well. They provided for us in more ways than I could imagine. I have so many good memories. Like I don't think I've ever had like really bad challenges. And so I'm so grateful for that. But raising my babies, my husband and I, we kind of changed some of that. So we kind of changed a little bit of those ideas, kind of some of those values. So I don't necessarily make my girls wear skirts or dresses. They are more than welcome to wear that if they want. They can wear shorts. I teach my boys that ladies are to be respected. I take so it's just like a lot of little things that have changed. I still do practice like modesty and the set of a mindset, not more like judging, like, oh, she shouldn't wear short shorts, nothing like that. It's just more of like how our mind is and how we treat other people and how we can portray love and kindness and respect rather than judgment and like just all of that. I don't know if that makes sense.
Hmm.
But so for now,
That makes sense.
yeah, we haven't been to any type of like powwow or a cultural event. They did have one recently, I want to say like in the Scottsdale area here in Arizona. Um, I wanted to take my littles there. I just honestly felt this whole thing like on me, just like this isn't time, like this isn't the time we could go. I think more so I wanted to do more like reading. I wanted to be able to read more and know more, so when my littles have questions like, oh, what's that, like I want to be able to be like, oh, this is that, let's go ask them. Or I don't even know what's appropriate. I don't know if you can just go up to anyone and say, like, hi, like what type of dance are you doing. Like I didn't want to be that naive. I kind of wanted to go do research so I'm not all in this bubble.
Mm. So it's not necessarily like a spiritual reason why you didn't want to go. It's more like you didn't have as much knowledge in the powwow scene.
Spiritually, I'm not worried spiritually. Like if I were to go, I don't feel like it would have a bad effect on me. I don't think I would be leading a bad example either. And I don't think like it would be wrong. Um I know every culture is different. Like I tell my family, like we respect our culture. I'm so proud of it, and there's so many aspects to it that I don't truly know of, but it doesn't mean that I think that it's not okay. Sorry, give me one minute. And so, um, not going, I'm not afraid of my faith, like swaying or anything. I know where I am. I know I'm strong in that, but I also know that I'm strong enough to also be like welcoming, like to welcome those who grow up differently, to those who have different values, to everyone who has
Hmm.
different like outlooks and faith in life.
How would you feel when one of your kids, when they get old enough to start to know, learn a little more about their culture and their traditions? How would you feel if they wanted to do like ceremonies or participate in like powwows or just just more of a traditional side rather than Christian? How would that make you feel, and what do you feel like you would say to them?
I feel like honestly, just growing up from when I grew up, I know I would feel a little bit scared, honestly. Like, I would just be like, oh man, like this is something I've never dealt with, I never ventured out to. But again, it's not about me, it's about my kid, about my child. Um,
Mm,
and so I group that into everything, every decision they make, whether it's their culture, exploring more of that, or maybe heavily going into their culture and being more adaptive to that, or to any other area of their life, whether they like the same gender or something else. Um, my husband and I we're pretty much on the same page. We're going to love that child no matter what. Um,
hmm.
if they choose to do that, I'm going to respect it. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to respect that, and I'm going to nurture them. So, like, if they are in that area, I want them to know, like, I'm here, I'm nurturing you. Like, if you need anything, I'm still here. Like, I'm not going to make it my life's mission to control them, because you can't do that. You can't control someone. I think that when someone is a Christian and they come to their terms and they accept Jesus Christ into their heart, I never want to make someone choose that. Like, I can't choose for you. You choose for yourself. If it's someone doing it for you, there's only going to be a resentment. That's not a true, type of relationship between them and Jesus. So I know that with any avenue my child takes, we're going to be there to support them, love them, not saying like they're doing something wrong or, looking down on them. It's just that agape love, like unconditional.
Mm. Are any of your kids over like 15?
No,
Or are they all they're all younger than 15?
my oldest just turned 12. He got
Okay.
he had accepted Jesus into his heart at the age of 7. And then we talked more about it because I wanted him to know like more, more about that decision. And then he just recently got baptized
Oh,
on
cool.
Easter Sunday. Yeah. So it's like a really sweet, special moment. Like I literally just cried. I was like bawling my eyes out, just because I'm alive to see that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's pretty. I think I got baptized when I was like, I think 14 or 15.
Mm.
I remember when the first time I got baptized. I don't know if you've been to that church, but it's at Calvary in Phoenix. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
when you come in from Flagstaff, it's right off the freeway
Yeah, they
the
have
west
like
side.
that big sign.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I got
Mhm.
first baptized, and I was going
Oh.
I was going through some crazy things back then, and like I think the night 2 days before, I was always really aggressive and I was always really angry. So I
Mhm.
something happened to my family and I got mad and I hit the fire extinguisher and the glass cut my hand. And while I
Oh.
was while I was getting baptized, they had me go like this and they took a picture of me from the church. And
Oh
then
no.
so it's like a
Oh
big ass what is it called, like a not a
no.
scar but it was a big cut right here,
Oh
and then
my
I had a
God.
mohawk. I had a
Oh
mohawk.
no.
It was a crazy picture, but I remember getting baptized at that church, and I don't know if you know, but I grew up kind of Christian and kind of traditional, and I did
Mhm.
go to school in Minnesota to become a pastor. I'm not sure if you listen to some of my podcasts on Spotify, but I dived deeper into that. But I'd never finished the school, the whole pastor
Mhm.
thing, and I feel like while I was there, a lot of people were really trying to control me, and it wasn't more like they were trying to guide me. It was more like
Mhm.
they were trying to control me and trying to how do you say assimilate. And
Mhm.
it was more like cramming instead of teaching and leading. So I know that a lot of people like Native Americans, I know that they have a whole like an issue against toward like Christianity and how they went about converting natives to be Christians and stuff, and
Mhm.
I don't know how your parents were when you were younger, but were they more of guiding you, or were they super strict to where they made you believe what you believe now?
Um, so when my parents were growing up, I feel like the missionaries they had were half and half. I feel like some of them were very extreme, to the point where they told them you can't speak Navajo, like you can't wear that, you can't do this, just a lot of that. And that's really unfortunate. Like when um, I read these journals of some elderly who had lived during that time, and even some of the elderlies back home had shared with me their experience, and I literally cried. Like I literally
Mm,
bawled just listening to that because that's not love, and that's not grace, and that's not patience. And so I didn't agree with that, and I felt so bad for all of these people who had endured that. So when I was growing up, though, my parents were very strict, yeah. For the most part, they tried their best, to raise me good. And I feel like my faith, for some reason, like I always ask myself, I'm like, how did I not rebel? How did I not grow up and just go off on my own? Or how did I not, like, how did I grow up? Um, but no, I don't feel like, I feel like they were very strict, yes, but
mm-hmm,
was my faith theirs? No, because I did go through some really hard times in my life.
mm,
Even though I said like I didn't do a lot of the bad stuff, I did encounter like a lot of bad things. And so I
mm,
knew there was a Jesus and I knew there was a God. And I feel like my faith was so strong on him because of those.
mm. I'm gonna switch the subject to the vegetables that you're allergic to. Which one do you miss the most? I feel you say
Um,
you onions, tomatoes,
I I
mushrooms,
miss garlic.
cheese, garlic. I was about to say garlic. That's like one of my favorite things to eat.
I miss garlic, I miss onions, I miss jalapenos, oh my gosh, I miss cherry tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes. Oh man. You said cheese too, right? You can't eat cheese?
No,
No. But
but
I
I can
bet
have
that
parmesan.
oh you
That's
can
so
eat
weird.
parmesan?
Mhm.
Huh.
I
I
know.
bet
I'm like,
your faith probably has helped you through that whole that whole hardship in your life, right?
yeah,
That's
it has for the most part. Honestly too though, my husband has helped me. Like,
Mhm.
um, before my husband, aside from my faith, my brother had really helped me. Him and I are not close as much as we used to be close. He is married and he lives like states away, but there's like some people who God has just like placed in my life to really help me, and they really helped me through that.
Mm. What part does vlogging like how does vlogging even fit into your life? Like how are you even able to be like, well, you got 5 kids, you got a whole husband, you're homeschooling, and then
I got
you
high.
got you're dealing with some health stuff, like, and then you just kind of squeeze vlogging in there, and it's crazy.
It's like when you're squeezing a toothpaste and you're like, get out.
Yeah, but you upload a lot though, huh?
I feel like I was uploading very good. I know I disappeared for like a good maybe 5 months ish. I was going through a lot of stuff with that, and I was literally like, I have no time to vlog. I was like, I'm really not gonna put out any good content right now. So I didn't do it for about like 5 months. But other than that, I really just try to vlog like the simple things here and there. I know I do vlog a little bit about like my health challenges, just so I let other people out there know who have autoimmune diseases as well, that they're not alone. I do have a lot of subscribers who let me know they have lupus as well, and it really, really does damage your body. So for a good amount of them, they're not able to go out and do some of the things that I do. And I have some ladies who are like, I don't know how you have the energy to hike. And I'm just kind of like, I'm doing life and I'm trying to do life while I can.
Hmm. For the people who don't know what autoimmune is, like
Hmm.
me, I don't know what that is. Can you explain that to
Oh,
me?
okay. Yeah. So an autoimmune disease just basically means it's a disease. It's not infectious. It's not contagious. But it's a part of your body where you cannot deal with. So your body is basically fighting itself. So it's something within your immune system where it just continually fights itself. You basically have different triggers. A trigger could be like the sun, it could be what you're eating, certain items, allergens. It could be stress. It could be like the tiniest amount of fluctuation in your emotions. So those could be triggers. But autoimmune diseases basically are just a list of diseases where your body is fighting itself. Like your immune system is basically whacked. So, type of autoimmune diseases are like lupus. There's SLE, and there's also nephrotic, which is like nephritis, where it attacks your kidneys and everything else. And then there is kind of like fibromyalgia. There's MS. There's just like several different autoimmune diseases. So a
Mm.
lot of people who go through that, they have daily pain, they have daily chronic pain, inflammation, fatigue, nausea, headaches. And then with lupus, it does start to attack your organs. So it can attack your brain, it can attack your heart, your skin, your stomach, your kidney, your liver, and also your lymph nodes.
Mm. Are you scared?
I used to be scared. Um, I used to be scared, and for a long time, I was okay. I feel like this past year, though, finding out about the stomach cancer and my gastritis and my H. pylori, I just kind of was like, oh my gosh, like when it rains, it pours. Like, when am I going to get a break? How am I going? Like, I literally want to see my babies graduate high school. I want to see them go to college or whatever they want to do, a vocational school, technical school. I want to see them get married. I want to continue to like make memories together. And so this past April, my niece graduated from GCU, and I was literally standing there with like a river. I was just like
Mm.
crying because I was like so proud of her, because I was so proud to see one of my babies, like even though she's not my actual child, I call her my baby. Um, I got to see her walk across that stage, and I'm sorry.
It's
and
okay. All right.
and it just was like really nice to see her get something, and it like made me have hope that my littles will be able to do that and I'll be able to watch that. So like I literally had to just will my way through and be like, God, like literally help me get over all of this pain and fear and everything I'm feeling. So I took it day by day. I started being a little bit more transparent on my lives. Like literally, I was on a live in my closet just crying. And some people were like on my live, and I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. I was like, I am just so tired of always having to be strong. I feel like one of the aspects of being a Christian with this that I don't like is anytime I share that to any Christian in my life, they're like, oh, you got to pray harder, or you're not praying hard enough, or don't. Don't be scared. Like, just trust God. Like, God is our healer. He is our greatest physician. And well, I don't doubt any of that. I believe all of that is true. I'm just kind of like, dude, just hug me. Just be
Yeah.
like, hey, that sucks, and hug me. Like I know God's there. I know he's got my back. But you're doing me like a disservice. Like just say, hey, that sucks. I'm sorry. Hug me and say like, do you want some food? Something. Give me tacos.
Tacos with no onions,
No onions.
no yeah,
Just cilantro.
just cilantro.
Get me tacos on lettuce with cilantro.
Oh no, your niece is the one that was in
Hey,
your vlogs. Oh, okay,
mhm,
okay, all right, yeah, I
yeah,
seen the video.
yeah.
Wow, you do sound like you have a lot going on, and I'm super surprised that you're still able to vlog and be super happy and cheerful and still take care of your kids and hold it down for your husband at
Mhm,
home. Yeah,
mhm.
good job, yo.
Thank you.
That's really good. Like
I want to say something too.
proud of you. Good
Thank
job.
you. I want to address one comment that's in the comments.
Okay,
So there
we can read
was
some comments too if you want.
okay. So one of them was asking like why I gave my last name, like if I want to like protect myself or whatever. Um, Honestly, there's really no protection when you're out in the public. Like, I could try not to give my last name, but if you look me up on Google, you'll see my last name. It's,
True,
like, so public, so I'd
true.
rather just say it, yeah.
Yeah, because today I was with Jarrett. You know my friend Lefty.
Mhm.
And I googled his name and his whole family's name popped up, his address, his phone
Oh
number, everything
my
literally popped up. I'm like, dude, hey, all of this stuff was on the internet for people to see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's all good though. Thanks for
Mine
sharing your
literally
last
has
name.
my face with my name. I was like and it has, like, my age, and I'm like, "Dude." Funny.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Let
we
me
can
see.
get
Let
to
me.
comments if you want.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go read some of these comments. Let me see. I think we left off. Someone said my fire died behind me. I know my. I don't know what happened to my fire back there. It's gone. Let's see. What's up, G? What's up? Says as a non Navajo, I feel comfortable asking you questions about the Navajo culture because I sense that you may not get offended as a more traditional Navajo might.
Are they saying that to
I
me
think
or you?
I'm not too sure, but I don't really give a damn either. So um, yeah, I don't really know. Do you would
Well,
you don't get offended when people ask you questions
oh,
about
no.
Navajo culture?
I love it. I love
Hmm.
when people ask me questions because I'm like, I'm here for it. Like there's not a question that I will run away from.
Okay, yeah, that's what I kind of sensed from you when I was texting you earlier. I was like, is there anything I should say, shouldn't say?
I was like,
Because
dude, I'm game.
I was telling, because I do this podcast sometimes with other people like guys, and I want to have the same energy as I do with the guys as I do with the girls on the podcast or on interviews, but I just
You
can't.
get
It's just
scared?
not. I don't get scared. It's just I don't want to say the wrong thing. You know, I don't want to like Jerickson. I asked him, dude, what's your body count? And I don't think I would ask a girl, yo, what's your body count? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
That's
I
just
don't even
kind of
know
like
what
a
body
guy.
count is.
It's like
Like, how many
it's like
people you killed?
how many people what you killed?
Yeah, like, I mean, when I hear
Don't
body count, I
incriminate
think of, like,
yourself.
a game,
No,
like a
no,
video
no,
game. It's funny.
no, no, no. Like body count would be like how many people you slept with.
Oh,
Yeah,
1.
yeah.
You're all,
Good job.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You,
How did
I don't want to
how
make
many
this
did you
about
get?
Jerickson, but you got to watch that video when I asked him. His is just beyond. You cannot even believe it. Oh my god, that's nasty.
Y'all are a different vibe, I guess.
Yeah, it's just it's different. I try, but I don't. Yeah, it's just it's probably hard to understand, but I don't know. It's
Like,
just a
yeah.
like because I've always been a mama's boy. I've always been my mom has been with me like 100% of my life, and she's
Mhm,
the one who taught me a lot of things about like how to love and how to treat somebody and stuff. But over the
mhm,
years, obviously, I'm a guy and I kind of lose the path of how it should be done properly, you know. And
mhm.
but thinking about it now, thinking about my mom, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, like I don't want
I
her
was
to
gonna be
see.
respectful.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna try to be. I mean, I can be respectful. I'm not an asshole all the time. Like, I can be respectful.
Right.
It's just, it's a matter of who I'm interacting with, whether if they
Okay,
deserve my respect or whether if they don't. You know,
okay, so ask me a hard question.
I'll get to that. Just let me get to these comments.
You're just
Hold up.
scared. You're all shaking.
No, 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 no. I don't want to make this whole thing about asking super hard questions. I kind of just wanted to ask questions as we go along, but have a conversation with
Okay,
you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. I like to have conversations with people, but as questions come along,
mhm,
then we can ask questions. Yeah.
okay,
And I kind of want to make this about that. So like next time I have another guest on here, then I do the same thing. I had Anna Lynn on here before, and we go
okay,
live together a lot, and
yeah.
we just have conversations. And it's almost as if it's just me and her having a conversation, and then we kind of just get into
You
it
forget
a
about the
little more.
people?
Yeah, and then we forget about everybody's comments.
Oh, no. Well,
So
let's not
S.
do
Lee,
that.
yeah, yeah. Let's try not to do that. So S. Lee says the white man goes into his church and talks about Jesus. The Indian goes into his teepee and talks with Jesus. And that's a quote from Quanah Parker.
Mhm.
Um, what would Kitty do? Hi, Kitty. She says, for real, I commend Sarah for all she does. Homeschool
Aw.
to 5 kids, full time mom, wife. She definitely is superwoman.
Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. I love her. She's so funny.
Have you done any videos with her?
I did one. It was a makeup video, so she basically, like, did a makeover on my face, which I'm not gonna lie, I wish I had that face every day. But yeah, it was fun.
There's nothing wrong with your face.
Yeah, there is.
Let me see. She said she said Sarah is superwoman for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Glad you're back to vlogging though, Navajo Mama. That was a long 5 months, says
Sorry,
Curtis.
Curtis. I know.
Yolanda says, thanks, Arrows, for the real talk. Sarah, you're amazing.
Oh my
Thank you,
gosh, thank
Yolanda.
you.
Sarah is a strong woman, so much kindness. How does it make you feel when people compliment you in that way? When they say Sarah is strong, she's amazing, she's a.
Don't don't say
Want me to repeat everything that?
no. It makes me feel loved, actually. At first, I wasn't really good at receiving compliments. I would be like,
Mhm.
"No, no, like, no, I just do, like, my life, but thank you." But now I'm like, people are so sweet. Like, if you tell me something, I will really take that at face value, and I will believe you. Like, that's how much I trust people. Like, if you say that and I trust you, and I'm not gonna discount that by saying like, oh no, no, no. I'm just gonna be like, thank you so much. Like literally, that just makes my day. Like I don't think of it as like I really don't. I don't know. I feel like how is that? How is it? I feel like I'm just on the same mom level as everyone, but when you hear words like that, and especially when you're having a hard day, it just literally makes you feel like, "Thank you," like, over the moon. So, it makes
Mm.
me feel loved.
How were you before
How was I before what?
when people used to come? Um, before you didn't really accept compliments
Oh,
too well.
when I was growing up, people would always be like, "Oh, you're so kind, you're so patient." And I'm like, "No, like, I'm not, like, I'm not." And I would be like, I could be better, like, and I felt like I always critiqued myself and I was hard on myself and I wasn't really accepting. And I would kind of get nervous. I wouldn't really like the
Hmm.
attention. Um, and then I started one person kind of like shook me, was like, "Sarah, just accept it. Like, you need to accept it. Like, it's not good to not accept words like that. People are telling you what they feel. And when you're saying no, it's like disrespectful." And I was like, oh, so I started to think about it more, prayed on it. And I was literally like, just, oh man, that's a lot of energy to put into saying, like, no, no, when I could just be like, thank you and accept it.
Do you feel the same amount of gratitude when strangers compliment you as you
Oh my
do your
gosh.
husband when he compliments you, or is it different? Your
When
husband compliments me so much more than strangers, or are they just kind of like the same?
when a
Because your
stranger
husband does compliment you, right?
yes. When my
Yeah.
you don't know. Yeah, what's that? No, when a stranger compliments me, I'm just, like, shocked, and I'm like, "Wow, like, thank you, like, I seriously think you're the best, like, you need an MVP. Someone give this someone, like, tacos, like, thank you." But then when my husband does it, I just, like, I feel secure, like, I'm like, "I know, but thank you." Like, I don't know, it's different. It's, like, more like a flirty, lovey thing. I'm like, "Oh my gosh," and it makes me feel so, like, attracted to him even more, and I'm just like, "Thank you so much." It's, like, empowering.
a lot of a lot of women have an issue with accepting compliments from men these
Why?
days. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's difficult for guys to compliment girls now because it almost seems as if it's more like I don't really understand it myself. I don't know why they're like that, but it's hard for guys to compliment women now because it's like if they do it, they're gonna
Mhm,
get like canceled or they're gonna get some girl's gonna get mad at them, it's kind of like
mhm,
it's an
mhm.
iffy thing for guys to compliment women nowadays. You can't even call a man, it's like you can't really call a woman beautiful, otherwise, it's just like you're hitting on them or you're, sending
Huh.
the type of
That's
wrong
so
message.
weird.
You don't notice
That's
that?
weird. I mean, I notice it sometimes, but, for me, I don't think like that. Like, for
Mm,
example, when we were at the gala, the Native Gala event, I told everyone, like, "Y'all are so beautiful, you men are handsome," and I didn't feel weird saying that or wrong because it was true. There was so many
mm.
men there who dressed up to look nice, and I don't think it hurts to hear they look handsome. Know what I mean? I feel like people need that. People need those compliments, and I don't think we should, like, lie about it or say it too freely, but, like, when you think it, you just say it. Um, Sometimes there is, like, impure motivations behind someone's comments, but for the most part, when someone compliments me, I've learned to accept it. For a while for a while, there was this barista guy at Starbucks telling me, like, "Oh, you're so pretty." Oh, he was like, "Oh, you're, like, really beautiful." And then, um I felt weird. I kind of felt weird. I was like, and I'm like looking at my husband, like, how should I take this? Like, what do I do? And he's like, say thank you. He's like, say thank you. You are. And I'm like, oh, because I kind of thought like, oh, it's gonna be disrespectful to my husband to be like, thank you to this person who told me that I'm beautiful. And so my husband was just like, no, he was like, you are. Say thank you. He was like, it's okay. So I learned kind of the adult boundary with that, if you will. I feel like if you're married, you're in a serious relationship, your partner and you are both secure, I feel like it's okay to accept compliments. Obviously,
But there is a
not
boundary
like
though.
dragging it out. Yeah, there is a boundary. Like if I were to tell someone, like would I call one man handsome? Like would I say, "Oh, Robert, you're so handsome." Maybe
Who's
not like,
Robert?
"Oh," I don't know. Um,
Just kidding.
um, but maybe not like that because I feel like our body like displays a message as well. So I have to be like, "Hey Robert, oh that's a nice like that's a handsome outfit today," or something. Not like you look so handsome. So you just have to be careful with your words. But as far as
Ah,
compliments from people, I don't mind them. On my videos, I get compliments from Harold. I get compliments from Joseph. Sorry guys. But I do. I get compliments from them, and they're like, they're like,
yeah.
"You're beautiful," or they're like, "You're so pretty," and I just tell them, I'm like, "Thank you so much." So yeah.
What's the boundary?
The boundary, of
And I
course, like when Harold, you're probably out there, and he knows this. Like, I'm not afraid to call you out when you cross that boundary. Harold has like gone over that boundary before, and I just told him, I was like, "Hey, Harold, like you need to be respectful. Like, I appreciate your compliments, but that's a little too far, and you know that, so that's disrespectful." So I do tell people when they cross the boundary. So I'm not
what,
afraid to be like, "Oh, like thank you," or like, "Oh, I shouldn't say something." I'll tell you.
what did he say?
Oh, he told me I was sexy. He was like, "You're a sexy mama." And then he was like, "If your husband doesn't treat you right," he's like, "I know I can treat you right." And I was like, "Oh."
What? Yeah,
I'm
that's the
like, "No,
line right
you
there.
you don't want to deal with this man." Like,
Come
bruh.
on, Harold.
I know, and I know Harold's watching. Probably is.
Come on, Harold. Homegirl can't eat onions. You ready to
I
deal with that right
know.
now?
Maybe you want to live in a house that's just cardboard and lettuce.
There's only one man for this lady, all right?
Right? I know. Oh my gosh.
Man,
I know,
come on,
like,
Harold.
seriously, I tell my husband, I'm like, if someone were to abduct me, I'm like the horrible person to abduct. I'm being like, when are we eating? I gotta go pee. Where are we going now? How much longer? Like, I'm sure they'll just drop me off somewhere.
That's funny. That's cool. I'm glad that you know that there's a boundary, right?
Mhm,
Because a lot of people don't know because in people who I've been with before, they don't know the boundary.
mhm,
And as serious as I wanted to be, it almost seemed like it was more of a control issue as far as
mhm,
my part. When I say
mhm,
I kind of feel like it's disrespectful that you would allow people to talk to you in this way, like on social media platforms and stuff, and
mhm,
you would just
mhm,
allow it and then start that conversation with them. And then, just asking for them to not be so accessible to other
mhm,
men or interact with other men when they compliment them,
mhm,
then it's okay for them to be like, oh yeah, you're beautiful and stuff like that. But when
mhm.
you say like you're sexy and all this stuff, and
You're right.
when you display yourself as a woman, you display yourself in a certain manner that's disrespectful to your husband, and then you go online with that, and you try to, as a man, you try to tell them that there's a boundary, and then they say, no, it's not a boundary. You're just trying to control me because you're insecure or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I hear that all the time, but I feel like those are people who are not wife. Like I hate to say it, but wife material. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, because there's a husband material, and then there's a wife material, and
Right.
obviously there's a difference between someone who is just messing around with somebody, someone who is in a relationship, and then someone who is actually gonna you know,
Mhm.
marry somebody.
Right. Right.
So
Um, I feel like it's common sense. I don't know. I don't know.
exactly, it's common sense.
I feel like it's common sense to some degree because there's a line between accepting compliments and dishing them out as well. Um, and having friends, like friends of the opposite gender. Um, and then there's that very clear line, a very clear boundary line that you just don't cross or you just don't play with or you don't even introduce yourself to like thinking of that. And it goes both ways.
It does go both ways. But
Hmm.
it's so hard to convince women that it's that way. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to convince a man, you know what, hey, don't like her pictures, don't comment on her pictures, and then they'll be like, oh shit, okay, my bad, and they won't. But if a
Hmm.
guy was like, hey, don't let that guy talk to you like that, or don't post pictures like that, then they're gonna fight you. It's more of a fight, you know?
Right. I think like with ladies, there's just I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like there's so much emphasis right now, like especially on Instagram, where they're like, ladies, just do you. And I'm like, no, don't do you. Like I get it, you do you in that aspect, but I'm like, no, like be thoughtful. Be respectful, be mindful. Like, how would you feel if your partner or someone was like, looking at other people or participating in like man crush whatever or like all this like, oh, this is who I thought I would marry but this is who I ended up with, like, all of the trend going on right now. And I'm
Hmm.
just like, dude, that's like so disrespectful. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like common sense, just be
Hmm.
respectful.
Hmm.
It's not
Like, how
that
would I
hard.
feel? Like, how would I feel if my husband was there? Well, okay, so I know how this feels, but the KFC lady always calls my husband honey. And she's like, oh, hey, honey, how's your day? And he's like, it's good. And then I look at him, I'm like, hey, honey. And I don't answer. And he's like, stop. And I'm like, ask your honey if we can get more honey. Like, there's like a playful banter with it when like he just like I knew him, like it made him uncomfortable. He was like, I don't like her calling me honey. And I'm like, so tell her, just be like, don't call me honey. But she got it after a while. But for me, when we would go to Sonic, this guy would always give us free drinks and he would always wink. And I did not like it. So I would give
Mm.
the drinks to my husband. I'm like, I don't even want one. And my husband's like, let's go to the Sonic where that guy winked at you to get free drinks. But yeah, there's like certain things you can have like inside jokes with, but for the most part, it's just common sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
All
Like,
right,
ladies, don't comment on some guy's picture. Don't like some guy's picture. It's not gonna get you anywhere.
tell him, Sarah. Tell him.
No, I'm serious. Like, I don't know why ladies like to do that. I mean, not all ladies do that, but if you have someone in your life, literally, like if they treat you good, if you guys are good together, treat him good. Like, respect him. I think that's the number one thing that guys want. I mean, I'm not a guy, but I assume all men like respect on some degree. I mean, it doesn't mean they're controlling or anything. You just respect them. Like, that's something you're giving them. Am I wrong?
Hmm.
Do you like
No, you're
respect?
not wrong. I
Yeah.
love that's the only thing that probably means the most in a relationship is to be respected. That's
Mhm.
it.
And
Above,
it's really
obviously, it means a lot when you're loved,
mhm.
but
Well, with that comes love.
yeah, yeah, respecting your partner, and then you feel loved, and then everything else you just nourish your partner when you respect them. But if you're gonna be disrespectful, like sometimes when you see couples, they kind of take shots at each other, like low key
Mhm.
shots, and you can
Oh,
feel
yeah.
that tension, and then you're
Yeah.
like, that's kind of disrespectful, you know?
That's one thing I don't like. So I tell my husband when we go out with our friends for game night or something, I tell him like he knows too. I'm like, I don't like that public like, you know, war or whatever when they're like throwing digs at each other, even though like it's
Yeah.
beneath the belt or like subtle hints. I don't like that. I don't do that. Like if you have a problem, if you need to discuss something, if you're in a restaurant, like go outside, like go talk about it, and then come in, like handle it like mature adults. Like you can do it. It's not hard. You just talk, you listen, you don't like talk over each other, and you literally listen to what they're saying before you speak. So a lot of the times I see people when they're talking to each other, the person on the right who's supposed to be listening is just thinking about what they're going to say back. So they're not
Mm,
entirely listening to the other person. So like if you really listen, you pause, think about it, and then like converse. Like I feel like conversations would go so much better. I don't know.
true. No, that's right. I feel like that's absolutely right. Like everybody who is listening to this right now, and if they're in a relationship, I honestly feel like their relationship can benefit if they just stop throwing jabs at each other, and then
Mhm.
just it's like you have an issue with your partner, you should be
Mhm.
able to step away from the public eye or step away from the public in
Mhm.
like in public altogether, and then talk about it, and
Mhm.
then don't allow all these people into your like drama or whatever is happening in your life. Like,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
save that for each other, and then just go about your day.
Right.
I think that's also common sense too.
Mhm.
And if you're a guy out there, I always tell the guys, because a lot of my podcasts on Spotify, I try to
Mhm.
encourage Native men because there's not a lot of those like encouragement for Native men out there.
Mhm.
And I really do my best to see like encourage Native men not to allow people to be disrespectful to them. And if they feel like they're being disrespected, then
Mhm.
it's either time to have a conversation or it's time to leave. So
Mhm.
a lot of the Native men out there who are watching this, just like Sarah said, for the girls not to be liking pictures of other guys and doing like man crush Wednesday or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, dudes, the guys, you guys shouldn't do that neither. You know, there's
Mhm.
a if you're single or if you're not in a relationship, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But if you're in a relationship and you're trying to be serious or in a marriage, then that's the line where you should not be liking other women's pictures. You shouldn't even be friends with any woman on those. I call Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, I call those dating apps. So all of those dating apps, they shouldn't even be interacting with women on there unless it's their
Mhm.
wife, their family, or their mom.
Mhm.
Other than that, you shouldn't. You don't have. You're not supposed to have a girlfriend that's just a friend. I don't believe that men should have girlfriends. I don't believe that women should have boyfriends, neither if they're in a relationship or in a marriage. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? That's the line right there. And yeah, so all the guys who are watching this, man, you guys you get your act together. If you want to be with this woman that you're with or this man that you're with, love them. All your attention should be to them, and don't be fucking around. I always tell them, what if you're in some girl's DM, that's gonna come
Mhm.
back and bite your ass like 3 years later or even 5 years later because they're
Yeah,
gonna
there's something
screenshot
called
that.
receipts.
They're gonna screenshot it, put it online, and everybody's gonna know what you're saying to this lady after you found the love of your life, and then that girl's gonna be like, "Yeah, you're kind of weird, bro." You know?
It's so weird being in the public eye, having my own channel. I had to do that. Like, I received so much DMs on my Instagram, and I'm like, dude, come on. Like, that's not even like that. Like, why? I'm just a mom. Like, I'm a mom channel. Like, why do you have the energy to come over to my stuff and like bring your like hooligan? Like, don't do that. Like, like, bruh. So I
Some dudes
had
probably
to.
really attracted to mothers.
Oh my gosh, it's so weird. Like, it's so weird what men say. And I had to like screenshot all of these for receipts because I'm like, dude, I didn't even respond to you, so I don't want you to be like, oh, she responded. Or like there's this one guy who
Mm,
kept saying like, oh, I love you, good morning, oh, I miss you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's getting crazy.
what?
Yeah, and I had to block him, and then he came back and made another one, and he was being creepy again. He had to make another one. I kept blocking, blocking, blocking. It just got to the point where he got like really bad. So, I mean, I probably had about a total of 3 stalkers in my life.
Three stalkers.
Hmm.
Somebody calling you?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
How'd you know?
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
your volume went all the way down. I could barely hear you.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever
Like
thought
kind of
about just
big and
deleting
popular
the?
at night. Huh?
You ever thought about just deleting Instagram?
No. I did stop completely on my public Instagram, if you will. It's the Navajo Mama. So I haven't really posted anything on there. Um, I am very active on my private Instagram. So that one is just like a private setting. Like I have to literally know you in order to accept you. So yeah.
But that one's on private.
Yeah, so that one's on private. I don't really get weirdos on there. I just get those weird ones who like send you weird messages and they're like, "Hey baby, I can be your sugar mama or I can be your sugar
Oh,
daddy. Like I can pay for it." And I'm like, "What?"
so
I'm like, I
lies.
want a new coach purse. I'm just kidding.
Let me read some of these comments again. Let's see. I love how Sarah is always happy. Yeah, a lot of people know that you're super happy all the time.
Oh my
Sarah,
goodness, so sweet.
you're a great mom and will always be there for your kids. That's
Oh,
why I
you're so
go by.
sweet.
Okay, here's another one. Sarah is an inspiration. Personally, to me, a lot of people. Oh, wait. Sarah is an inspiration to me personally. I love how you always radiate positive vibes and a generally positive outlook on life. I can't wait to see your future vlogs and your streams. Cool.
Oh, Maddie's so sweet.
Hi to the hosts and the guests and everyone. Sarah is so based and traditional. I love it. Based.
Oh,
You uplift a lot of people, even just sharing a little piece of your life with us. Good evening, Jamunson and Sarah. So good to see you both smiling and laughing.
oh my gosh, y'all are so sweet.
Seriously, I don't. I mean, I get on the lives a lot and I smile a lot and I laugh a lot, but this is probably
Oh,
different.
what? Oh, do your cheeks hurt?
Yeah, man, my face gonna be all sore tomorrow.
Just make like a just make like a funny face,
Like
like
what?
like something like a funny face or like something different, like to stretch out your face muscles. That's what I do. I swear, I smile so much that I feel like I'm gonna get wrinkles really early on, and then I have to do this like muscle Olympics or something and like stretch my whole face muscle. See? Do you
Like
feel it?
that. Hmm. All right. What is one thing that is on your bucket list for the both of you on the live stream? Go first,
Okay.
Sarah.
So thank you, ladies first. um, so one thing that has been on my bucket list for quite some time, well, there's so much things on there, but there's one thing that I am going to complete this month. It is skydiving.
Oh, snap. Okay, that's cool.
So I
Hell
want to go
yeah.
skydiving. I want to do a hot air balloon ride. I want to go on that bungee cord jumping thing. Basically anything where I'm just jumping.
That sounds brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Sounds
gonna say,
fun.
yeah, I was gonna say skydiving too, but I don't know if I don't know about
How
that
about
one.
you go with me and then I can push you out?
No. I
I
feel
have
like I'm gonna.
muscles.
They jump down with somebody for your first time. How you kind
Yeah.
of
Hmm.
backpack with somebody. See, I
I
could probably
got
do
it. I
that.
can push both of you.
Yeah. If I did it by myself, I feel like I would faint and just never pull
Oh,
that rope. Yeah.
yeah. But you could record yourself too, and then if you faint, you get to see how you look.
I definitely want to do skydiving sometime in the future, but you know what? One of my bucket list goals
Hmm.
is not the Yosemite rock, not the huge ass rock.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that there's smaller rocks, but I
Hmm.
really want to go over there and I want to climb, like rock climbing, because
Oh.
I like to
Hmm.
rock climb.
Hmm.
Experience how it is to climb on the rocks over there
That
at
sounds
Yosemite.
fun.
That sounds pretty fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
I
cool.
like that.
But I would never do like free solo though. Not
Oh.
even on like a 20-foot rock. That's
Oh, I
crazy.
actually have a relative who does like free solo. It's crazy.
Really? Oh
Hmm.
hell no.
I know, and
I
he like takes the craziest pictures, like hanging on a ledge, and I'm like, ugh,
That's crazy, man.
I know.
Um, Let me see. Enjoying listening to y'all. Good evening, Sarah. Thanks for being open and honest. You are a wonderful lady. See,
I'm like a
that's
really
being
open
on the
book.
right side of the yeah. That's being on the right side of the compliments.
Aw.
Let's see. I will never forget. I will never forget is laughing at the. I will never forget Sarah laughing at the gala. Where do we look at your phone for a selfie? Me, I don't know. Oh, it was a moment you and D Lovely shared.
Yeah. So Dee
Yeah.
and I were gonna take a picture, and she was like, "Let's take a picture." And I was like, "Where do I look?" On her phone because I couldn't find that little camera dot. And she was like, "I don't know. I've never taken a selfie." We just like started laughing. It was so funny, but I like the picture that came out.
You know what? She got energy too.
Oh.
Like D's got energy, man.
Mm.
I was just like when I first met her, it was just like, and I was like, damn, that's a lot of energy. I'm not even prepared for that. I didn't prepare myself for that energy. I walked in there half asleep, and I'm just tired of
Mhm.
the heat. And then I saw D, and then she just
She's
she flipped the
like
script.
she's like here.
She is like way up here.
I
This is
I
this is
would
this is you, and this is her to the close.
you just have to know me. I'm just kidding. You just have to get to know me more.
And then you kind of be like way up here.
Oh my gosh, I feel like she's like my person. Like we could just oh my gosh, I feel like if we were put in a room together, the hours would pass by so fast. I feel like I don't know. I feel
Yeah,
like
you
we could
guys
just never leave
definitely
each
makes a
other.
good. Yeah, you guys probably talk about some real crazy things. You guys will probably
Mhm.
talk about everything.
Probably we would leave knowing each other's whole story, whole life.
I don't have any problem. And
See, you just have to like know
then
yourself.
Maddie's, yeah, true that. And like we've been both saying that there's a difference between accepting compliments when you're a single person and versus being in a relationship and being married.
Hmm.
I really think that people need to know that. You
Yeah,
know,
you can for married women, you can accept a compliment, like that's okay. Um, but you always have to let them know there's a boundary. For sure.
right?
Where did you
Got to turn
go?
on my AC. Sorry,
You like just
got to turn on the
disappeared.
AC.
I was like, dude,
My
I
fire
can't have
stopped.
this interview. It's like I'm fired.
I just took off. I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep now. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that how you leave your dates? I'm just kidding.
I don't date. I don't date.
Oh, you don't date.
No.
So what do you
I
do?
I would I work. I work
Besides
and I
work.
record podcasts. I record podcasts and I work and I hang out with my family and I hang out with my friends. I was in a relationship for a long time, and then when that stopped, I don't really
Mhm.
I don't want to date. I'm not interested in a relationship, and I'm not interested in dating either. I'm just kind of doing my own thing right now, you know.
How do ladies take that?
Are you asking me or the ladies?
You. Like when you've
Oh,
had ladies who are interested in you and I assume you gently let them down. How do they take that?
ladies don't. The ladies are not interested in me. I'm just
What?
kidding. I'm just kidding.
How is it? I'm just kidding. I was gonna say.
No, it. I feel like on YouTube. I feel like on YouTube
Hmm.
and like on platforms like this, I think ladies know to not approach me because I say in all my podcasts and stuff. I always say that because I don't meet women one on one. I
Oh.
stay far away from that. And then when there's two guys and one
Mhm.
woman. My homie brings over a girl.
Mhm.
I leave the room like immediately,
Right.
and I don't want them to bring a girl around me that I don't know,
Mhm.
and I don't even want them to say my name. I don't want to be introduced. I don't want to shake their hand. None of, none of that. I don't want any of that, and I
You're
don't
like
want to know.
shadow.
Yeah, yeah. I try to stay away from girls. Like,
Mhm.
period. Not that I don't
Yeah.
like girls. I love women. I really,
Mhm.
really love women. And when I'm with a woman,
Mhm.
like they'll have
Mhm.
all of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mhm.
And I don't give
Your
that away to,
your
huh?
song is John Legend, All of Me.
Oh no.
No, that's your song with a woman.
And though I do mess, I the last one I was last person I was with, I did mess up, but I tried to correct my ways, and I really did put my all into trying to change the situation and trying to become a different person, but it
Mhm.
just didn't work. It didn't work out. So now I wasted a lot of times. I wasted a lot of years of my life being with women that weren't the right people for me. So
Mhm.
now I'm just like, you know what? Because I was saved back in the day, and my mom, my sister's been with one guy, or she's been with her husband for like I don't know, 10 years. You
Mhm.
remind me of my sister, honestly.
Mhm. Me? Your sister?
Yeah, yeah. I have
The
an older
older one or
sister.
younger? Oh.
I only
Okay.
I only have one sister. She's older.
Okay.
Yeah. So her and her husband are just like super like this, they're on
Oh,
the
they're like in sync.
yeah, yeah.
That's
He's
so
Samoan.
cute.
Yeah, he's Samoan.
Oh, that's what people think my husband is. They're like, he's Samoan. And I'm like, no, he's Navajo. Like even when we go to maybe like 8 years ago, we went to the hospital in Tuba City, and the lady was like, um, she was like, "Your children are half Navajo?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Well, what are they then?" And I'm like, "Wow." In my head, I was like, "Please be nice." But I was like, "Oh, it's like my children are full Navajo." I was like, "Well, actually, we could have like Spaniard in us. I don't know." I was like, "But we're
Right.
like full Navajo."
Full Navajo.
And she was like, "But your husband doesn't look Navajo." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then she was like, "You don't sound Navajo." And I was like, "Come on, we're Navajo." Like
He's the handsome Navajo. Just
no,
kidding.
she was like, "You
I'm
look
just kidding.
Samoan." I was like, "Oh gosh." But
Yeah,
yeah.
you remind me of my sister. Her and her husband, they do really good with each other, and I actually look up to them. And my
Aw.
sister's wedding was like one of the best days of my life, and I always remember that day.
Aw.
It's pretty cool. But
That's that's like so
she said,
sweet to have those memories.
yeah, it is. She told me, my sister told me, when you meet the one for you, it's gonna click, and you're gonna be like, that's the one for me. Was that
Yeah,
how it was with
and
you?
yes. I mean, when I met him when I was little, like when we were little, he said as young as we were, he just knew I was the
Mm.
one for him. He was like, I just knew I was gonna marry you. And I was like, oh, I was like, I knew you were gonna be my person. But as much as I like tried to not have that marriage or like that dating come up, I was like, no, no, no. I just knew. Like later on, I just knew.
Yeah, you were really young too, right?
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I was standing in the wrong snack shop line when we first met. And then, like, he tapped on my shoulder and he's like, you're in the boys' line. And I was like, oh. And I was like, what's your name? And he's like, he told me his name. And I was like, oh, I was like, do you know this other person? And he's like, yeah, that's my dad. I was like, I know your dad. But then, like, just from that moment on, we
Mm.
started talking and talking. And then we, like, started writing each other and then just became best friends. And I was like, wow. But yeah, like it's all because of that snack shop line.
Thank God you were in the wrong line.
I know.
Huh? Yeah,
I
so I kind
know.
of just leave it up to. I was hurt one time, and I prayed real hard, and I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna just do what you got to do. I'm just gonna live my life. I'm gonna focus on this getting money. I'm gonna focus on my kids, and then focus on my mom, my dad. And then
Mhm.
if you decide to bring someone into my life, whether if it's for one night or whether if it's for a week, whether if it's for the rest of my life, then so be it. We'll just do it. So that's the path I'm on right now.
I bet like the person. you meet next, it might be like at a coffee shop or at a restaurant. I'm just like I am such a love, like, I don't know, I love love. I just love love. And so I think of all these like cute little romantic things. I'm like, that's your love meet. But yeah.
I really hope that it happens not when I'm too old, because I don't want to be like, damn man, I'm
Well,
too old to be doing this. You know.
you know what I will be praying for now. I'm like,
Thank
just
you.
that one. Yes, for sure.
Amen.
Because you want to meet like the right person. Because time is valuable. Like time
Mm,
is we I don't know, I feel like we don't cherish time as much as we should. Like even all the people here on our live, thank you so much for being here. Like time is serious. You chose your time to be here to watch us and be here with us. Like that says a lot. You could spend your time doing something else, playing a game, I don't know, sleeping, showering, whatever it is, being with your family, yet you're here with us. Like I appreciate that.
true.
Mhm.
True. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who is watching right now. 160 people, which is pretty cool. They're all watching us talk about
Now two
love.
just left. That's so funny.
Talk about how I'm gonna meet somebody in a coffee shop someday. I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I someone specifically, but when I prayed, I'm like, I want someone who's light skin, like a black person with curly hair. You know, I want the curly hair. Come on now, let me
I
get it.
mean, I started praying for my spouse ever since I was like 7.
Mm. And you got him, but you were just ignoring that answered prayer.
Basically.
Damn.
Well, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. It's
But
okay.
if
You
you
thought it
pray,
was you. Yeah, you thought it wasn't the right one, but you're like, oh snap, my bad, God, I got you. Hey, are
have
you
you
still available?
have you seen this meme? It came out during the time there was this show called, I think, Bird Box on Netflix.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's this meme where it's like, "Oh Lord, bless me with a really good man, blah 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 blah." And God is like doing this to your eyes. Like I've been showing you the whole time. So
Yeah,
funny.
that's so you right there. That meme is for you.
Yeah, it's like men when they're looking for something and they're like, "Hey babe, where's the ketchup? Oh, it's right there. Oh, where's it at? Right there. I don't see it." Then you go over and it's like right there.
Right. It's right here. Do you call your husband babe, or you call him by his name?
I call him like babe, honey, honey bun, sweetie, love, my love, so many things.
Oh, you ever call
Yeah.
him by his name?
No.
No,
No.
he doesn't.
Um,
Does he call you by your name?
no. Mm-mm. I haven't heard my name come out of his mouth for a
Really?
while. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like,
So my
hey,
nickname
yo, Sarah.
be like, just kidding. No. Um, so my nickname is Rue, and only people who have been like close to me growing up, or my family, or my friends, or like they call me Rue. And so my husband calls me Rue a lot. So he'll call me like
Mm,
babe or baby or whatever else, and then Rue.
mm, that's
And if
cool.
I'm ever in trouble, it's Rue.
It's not Sarah.
No, like for me, I don't
That's
even call him by his name if like we were like having an argument or anything. I just don't.
no names.
No. You don't need names when you're married.
Dang. Let me read some of these
Okay.
comments. Sarah's beauty within shines through. At the Gallima sister asks who you were because she thought you were such a beautiful soul. Says Renee.
Aw, Renee, that's so sweet. Please give her a hug for me.
Uh, oh, her friend. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't hug Renee. I
Uh,
can't. No.
no, Renee, give her friend a hug for me.
Renee, hug your homie for Sarah. She
Mm-hmm.
deserves a hug. She said. D
Yeah, she
says,
was so sweet.
I'm just appreciative, grateful, and thankful for it. Oh, she's talking about the compliments from the guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
ML says, I'm enjoying this live. I just joined. Love it so far. Thank you. Heather says, just don't call you babe, right? I saw you on the live where you got offended with that.
Oh, yeah, because Harold always calls me babe. He'll be like, "Hey, babe." And so I did tell him, I was like, "Hey," I was like, "Don't call me babe. Don't go there. Only my husband calls me that, not you."
Oh, the guy. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So there's
Oh.
Harold, and then there's some other person. Harold's the only one I remember because he's constantly like offending, and I'm like, dude, like, and slap some fried bread on you or something. But no,
What if he was at the meet and greet? Just like creeping.
dude, Harold, you should have told me if you were there. I would have said it to you in person as well.
Dang. I've
I'm
never
not,
seen Harold's comments on any of my videos or anybody else's, so
I don't know if
I
he
must
does
not be
it with
beautiful.
other people's. Like, I should go back to some of my videos. I'm pretty sure he's still there.
I'm pretty sure he's probably watching right now, just lurking.
Be like, Pete.
Sarah Sarah just has self-respect and respects her husband to not flirt, even if it's in a joking way. That's exactly what everybody needs to do is be respectful. Um, it might lead to other things, feeling she values her marriage. Cool. That's exactly what people need to do when they're in a marriage is value each other. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, too, if you and your spouse are having like a really hard time, like talk to each other. Like, don't make it to where you have to do shady things around each other's back. Literally talk to each other. Be like, "Hey, we're not on the same page," or "Hey, I'm feeling distant." Like, use your words. Those are so powerful.
So in a marriage, what are some of the things that help you guys stay strong with each other? Um, just through any situation that you guys are going through, what are some of the things that help you guys get through them?
Mm, so a lot of it is like laughter. I tell my husband all the time, like, I love you so much because you make me laugh. Like, you make me laugh more than any person in my life. Like, when I'm going through something hard, you just make me laugh. Um, I feel like hugs, laughter, communication, literal communication without jumping at each other. And then obviously, if you know your spouse, love language is like they need words of affirmation or they need respect or something like that. Um, I give it I give it to him in that. And then also when you're having like a disagreement or something I just like practice so hard at trying to do was not being offended. Like literally listening to him and taking his words at what it is and not reacting. So if he said like I don't know, if he said something like, let's do an example. Let's see. If you said like, I don't know, I was sorry guys, hold on.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, not right now. Oh, go find dad. Go find dad. Look, I'm on live. I'm on live. Do mommy. Oh, you want mom? I can see right here. I can see right here. Look. Okay, see right here. See right here. See right here now. Oh my god.
Oh, don't cry. It's okay. Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Oh. Do you want to lay right here and I can rub your back? Yeah, okay, lay right here. Okay, what was I saying?
You're going into love language.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, like,
communicating.
if you were having an argument or something and you know his love languages, like, work on that. Like, communicate through those love languages and not just, like, looking for a fight. Like, I don't know, sometimes it's best for some people to walk away from the situation so they don't say, like, hurtful words or add fuel to the fire because
Mm-hmm.
literally sniping back is not gonna like help anything. So for me, I had to learn like, oh, he doesn't like to talk things out right away. I have to let him think about it. Like I have to give him time to cool down or think whatever he's thinking before I approach and be like asking questions. So it's just
Mm.
really knowing your spouse, knowing your partner, being respectful. Like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But yeah, so that's basically that. Any other questions about that?
um, I wanted to see if we could guess your love languages.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. What's my love language?
Okay, hold on. Let me read these real quick. Like I heard in one of Lil Reggie's Family of Three Lives, they said never go to bed mad at each other. So I totally agree with that.
I used to agree with that, like never going to bed angry, never going to bed still mad at each other. But I feel like that put more strain on us to be kind of like perfect and
To
having to
rush
get over
things.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
And I know it says that in the Bible as well, but I told my husband it's like sometimes we're not in that type of right like heart and feelings to do that, and that's okay. Does that mean I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna leave me. Like, we're gonna get divorced." Like, no, like, that's just knowing it's healthy to give him that space and knowing we will talk it over, we will get through it, but I don't ever wanna rush it.
mm,
Because
that makes
yeah,
sense
because
too.
feelings are valid. And then also a big thing is if you have a disagreement or a fight and say one of you apologizes just because someone said I'm sorry or I forgive you, it doesn't mean that you have to act as though nothing happened. Like sometimes there's true struggles within a relationship, and it doesn't mean you just say like, oh, okay, and then act as though nothing happened, because sometimes trust does get broken, whether it's like a little form of trust or not, and that can damage a relationship. So if you just start acting like everything's okay, you're just going to harbor resentment instead.
Mm. You know what? I think that was one of my issues is saying sorry and expecting things to just go back to normal right away.
Which it
And I
shouldn't.
think, yeah, it. I always expected it to. I always wanted it to because I hate arguing. I'm a type of person who does not want to argue with the person who they're in a relationship. I hate
Mhm,
it because I don't want to be like mad arguing like about especially about some dumb stuff. So
mhm,
I always wanted to just say sorry and then things go back to normal. But my
mhm,
partner would still be upset about it and still be mad about it. And it would get me upset that they weren't going back to normal,
mhm.
not allowing them to just kind of feel those emotions and then get over
Yeah,
it in their time. I
yeah.
know that's one of my issues. Like now I know like that's something that I got to work on.
I feel like that's also a men thing. I mean, the men out there in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like men in their own nature, um, they just like to fix things. So, like, if your woman, your wife, whoever in your life, if they're having a problem, you just want to fix it. Like, you just want to fix it and it's done with. Or when you're having a disagreement, you want things to be, I'm sorry, and get back to normal. Whereas
Hmm.
ladies were more of like an oven. We're not a microwave. Like we don't get there right away and we don't cool down right away. Like we're an oven. It takes time to get there. And then unfortunately, it takes time to get back to where we were. So,
That's so hard for I can't speak for all men, but for me personally, that's so hard for me to to accept.
mhm,
It's so hard for me to accept that why do you hang on to it so long? Why do you want to just be mad? Like, can we just be happy again? You know,
Oh
it's hard for me to accept that. Sarah,
no.
why do you want to be mad? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I think like men and women just are unique in both ways. Yeah, I can wrap your back. Lay right here. Lay down. Say hi. Want to say hi? Okay. Okay, I'll rub your back. But yeah, any other comments?
Yeah, I'll read some comments.
Okay.
Let's see. Um, hey guys, great live. Thank you. David says moderator this dude. I don't use moderators. You notice that?
Oh,
Like
yeah, you
I
don't.
literally don't on any of my lives or any of my any of my lives. People are welcome to say whatever they want to say. Some people say some
Yeah,
real bad stuff, but
that's like
we
just
just
being
roll with it.
raw.
Yeah, yeah. So I can't allow the moderators to get this guy David because I don't have him.
Is there someone being weird?
I don't know. I didn't. Let's see.
Is someone being weird, or is it just like one of those bots that say like, "Hey, click on this link"?
No, no, no. It says y'all need to stop flirting and get off app. I don't think he's referring to us though.
Oh,
Marriages don't need apps like Facebook, TikTok, and other evil stuff. It's the
oh,
devil, YouTube, because it ruins relationship problems. Like my boy Shane Ballou sent you or said to you. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. D
mm.
says in a marriage, listen to each other, make your relationship priority, and know your love language. I still want to guess your love language too. Just hold on. Rezi says, yes, at Curtis, we may bicker and joke a lot, but at the end of the day, it's going to bed happy and content with the one you love. Oh, just so cute, Rezi. I still do that comforting to my 21 and 13-year-old girls. Mommy power, always so graceful. Let me
Where are
see.
you at? Like, I don't even know where the comments are.
I'm like way at the end of the comment section because I just skipped a lot because they were all talking about things that we were talking about when we first started the live.
Oh,
So I kind of went all the way to the bottom.
okay.
Yeah. So Zuli Peabody says, that is so true. My older sisters would say I love you, but the next day they were the most evil people on earth. Curtis says that's why communication is one of the things a relationship must have, in my eyes. Um, S. Lee says marriage, court, and church are all the same. Are on the same team. Marriage is the enterprise, baby factor, future taxpayer. I have no idea what the fuck you're saying.
Wait, gotta
um,
give me a second. I feel like my eyes are going all crazy. I'm like trying to catch up. Hold on.
oh yeah. All right, go ahead. Take your
Okay,
time.
okay, we're good. We're good now.
Oh, all right. Did you already ask Sarah the hard questions? No, not. There's no hard questions. We're just having a conversation. Sanchez says, just go date or do something. Stop hiding it. And then the love language. What's yours? Great live. Have a busy day tomorrow. Good night, Sarah. You're so sweet,
Bye,
Mr. Yazzie.
Carl.
Good luck and love. I don't need love. I don't need love. All right. All
You
right.
have love. You have the love
I
with your family, your children, whatever. Like you have love.
I definitely have love, but I don't need luck to find love because I know I got love. You know what? So for so long, it was hard for me to realize how much love my family had for one another ever since we were small. And
Mm.
my mom and my sister, I feel like their love is so strong that it helps me with like everything that I'm facing in my life. Like I just
Mhm.
turn to my mom or my sister, and then they just get me through it. You know, I call
Aw.
my sister all the time,
Aw.
especially when I'm like dealing with stuff. I call her, and then she just talks me through it, and she makes me
Aw.
feel like everything is good. You know.
Aw.
Yeah.
She's your person.
Yeah. I love my sister.
Aw. Does she watch your lives all the time?
She used to, but my daughter, not my daughter, her daughter goes on YouTube, and they don't want
Oh.
her on YouTube so much because of all the
Oh.
crazy things on YouTube. So they
Yeah.
deleted their YouTube apps.
So they're
Yeah,
trying to like set an example.
yeah, they're just trying to, I guess, they don't want her on TikTok, on YouTube, and places like that. You know.
That's how I feel like I am with my children. I'm like, I don't want them on the social media stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of tough nowadays. You know. All
Yeah.
right, so here are the 5 love languages. Everybody in the comments, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to guess Sarah's love languages. Okay, they're not in an order. I'm just gonna name them off. There's words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Those are the 5 that we're gonna guess from. I kind of have a feeling of what yours are already. Just a little feeling. So, words of affirmation. That's got to be one. Um, the physical touch and quality time. Those are the 3 that I'm guessing. Acts of, those are the 3 that I'm guessing. You can have more than
Oh,
one love language, right?
I think so. I think everyone can have like about like 2 or 3. I know some people have all of them.
Yeah, some people are lying. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, yeah. I kind of want to throw receiving gifts in there, but I kind of have a feeling that you don't really care for gifts as much. I don't think you're a gift kind of person. I think you'd rather receive a I think for you, you're like, what would you appreciate your husband if he got you a diamond necklace, or if he complimented you in a way where like he never complimented you before? So I feel like you would rather choose the compliment over the diamond necklace. You know,
Mhm.
that's just what I'm getting from you. I don't know.
You're like that's
Quality time. It has to be quality time too, because all you do is spend quality time with your family. That's the only thing you do on your lives is you're with your family. You're only spending quality
I'm
time with
always worried
everybody.
about time.
Yeah, and then words of affirmation just based off of that one. Might I don't know about that one. Words of affirmation. Yeah, because I feel like you either choose words of affirmation or receiving gifts. I feel like those two are hand in hand. You got to choose one or the other. That's
So
how it sounds like to me.
there's words of affirmation,
Hmm.
there's quality time, there's what were the other ones?
Acts of service,
Acts of service,
and then physical touch,
physical touch,
and then receiving gifts.
receiving gifts.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
interested. Uh-huh.
there's another one that says there's 7. So those 5 plus communication
Mhm.
and expression of affection and love,
Mhm. Okay.
and
Wow.
yeah, those the people say that's those 7. So if that's the case, then shit, it's got to be more than just 3, right? But
I'm
I don't know.
oh my gosh, with those 2 additionals, that's hard. But I think I know what my top 3 are.
Okay, let me read some of these. See if some people got some. Let me see. Um, I think the love of my life is at snaps right now, Curtis. What the fuck? What would Kitty do? Guess acts of service for Sarah. And then David says, when you do marry your Munson, are we invited to the spot? The blue. When you do marry your Munson, are we invited to the spot? If I do get married someday, yeah, you're invited to the house.
You're so silly.
Acts of service. And then Lorezi says, being friends with Jamunson, he is passionate about those he
Exactly.
loves. Yeah, no
Mm-hmm.
doubt. That's resident. D Lovely says hers is act of
Oh,
service. That's her love language. Uh, ML says quality time for Sarah. Team Yazzie says, I say words of affirmation and acts of service for Sarah. Um, David says, mine is a simple thank you. Curtis says, quality time and words of affirmation for Sarah. Ray says, forgiveness is powerful. Also, being in the Word of God. And yeah, so those are all the love languages. Oh wait, D says, mind you, our love language changed in time. Mine is
which is
totally
very
changed.
true.
Hmm.
That is very
Why?
true.
I never heard of love languages changing over time.
It can change in time because we evolve. Our personalities go through different things in life, like we have different stressors or different challenges, so it kind of changes our way of thinking and our way of how we perceive things and how we need items. So it does change,
Hmm.
but I can tell you mine have not changed from like early on.
Okay. So what are yours? I
So
guess I. You remember what I guessed, right?
yeah, so
Okay.
it's gifts, guys.
Receiving gifts.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh shit! I was like, what the hell? I'm so wrong.
No, no, I'm joking.
Oh
No,
my
I'm just
god.
kidding. No, my love languages though are seriously, for a lot of you got this. I do love quality time. I love quality time. Like I am so big on time. Like if you're choosing to be with me, like I love that. If you've made commitments to like meet me and you kept those commitments, dude, like thank you. Like I love quality time. I try to make the most of that. Aside from that, I do love acts of service.
Hmm.
Because to me, actions speak louder than words. Um, Someone could affirm me through words like every day, but if I don't see those actions, it's really hard for me to believe. So I'm an acts of service. If someone put their actions to whatever they did, or they showed me like constantly like these little acts of service. Oh, I thought of you. I wrote you a note. Oh, I thought of you when I got you this item. Like it's just
Hmm.
or I thought of you and put the laundry in the hamper or something. Like these little tiny acts of service. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. And then
Hmm.
with the additional two, it's communication.
Hmm. So those are the three:
Yeah.
acts
Yeah.
of service, quality time, and communication.
Yes.
Hmm. I was wrong. I only got one right.
I know people think I'm a words of affirmation person, but I'm just kind of like, nah, I don't need affirmation through words. Like, it's nice, but do I need it? No.
Hmm. So
Which
you
is,
would rather
hmm?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So you would rather your husband show you acts of service than words of affirmation.
I would rather have him do acts of service, communication, and quality time instead of words of affirmation. He could tell me
Hmm.
all day, I'm beautiful, or, oh, baby, you look so good, or whatever. But if the quality time's not there, if the communication's not there, if the acts of service aren't there, like those words of affirmation go out the window.
If there ain't no hickey on my neck, that's gone out the window.
Do you have any?
That's funny. Dang. Okay. That's cool though. That's good to know.
Yeah, and then that physical touch thing, like I love, everyone likes being physical. Um, but I am touched out all day long. It's just constant. So
True. Yeah. I
I
think
think a
that's
lot of
probably
moms
how.
can relate to that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I've
True.
been either pregnant or nursing for the last 12 years of my life. So,
Yeah, true.
and
Do you
while
know
I
your
love it,
I'm sorry, I was going to ask you. Do you
oh,
know your husband's love language?
yeah.
Love
So
languages.
his are definitely words of affirmation. Definitely. He likes words of affirmation and quality time and receiving gifts. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Tools.
he learned early on in our marriage that I'm not much of a gift person. Like, he got me this really nice Marc Jacob or Michael Kors watch, and I never wore it. Like, I appreciated it and I loved it. It was beautiful, but I just never wore it because I'm not into receiving gifts. I'm not into like electronics. He would always buy me like the coolest electronic thing that came out, and I'm like, cool, yay! But I'm like, babe, I don't like electronics. But yeah, I mean, I will gladly take a homemade card. Like if someone made me a birthday card, you made it yourself. I love that. I will keep that. I actually
Mm.
have a whole box full of that.
Mm. Where are you sitting at? Are you in the closet
No, I'm
or
kind
in a
of
little
like in
room?
our sitting room area. It's like a big area and the closet's like right there and over there. But yeah.
Mm.
It's the only place I could like hide away to right now.
Yeah. But it's good. I feel like it's a good thing to know your love language, and I think is I mean I not think, but I know that it's that you need to know your partner's love language for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
I crazy thing about me is I don't really remember the people with love language. I don't remember
Mhm.
it at all. So, but for me, I feel like mine is definitely physical touch.
Mhm.
I like I don't know. It's just nice to like
Mhm.
you know put your arm on
Mhm.
her shoulder and stuff like that. Just feels
Yeah,
it
those
feels
are
good.
definitely needed.
Yeah. Um, I don't know about the rest. Honestly, I am very affectionate and I do love when I love big. I don't when it comes to love, I don't really fuck around. I really love.
Mhm.
So I think those two for sure.
Hmm.
And it's kind of hard to just pick. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like
kind of
some
hard to
people
just.
have a little bit of all of them.
Yeah, yeah. I think everybody does.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't know. I
I
don't. I can't go
guarantee
any
you.
further because I. Huh?
I was gonna say, I guarantee you, most of the people in the chat probably have like a lot of them together, not just
True.
like one or two.
That's true. So, what are your plans for your next video that's coming up?
Um, I'm working on it right now. It's just like a little vlog. It's just a little one where um I take out just my older two and go grocery shopping, and then just my babies, my daughters and I, we go on a girls' date. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So that's basically what it is. I try, like, even though I'm a mom of five and I love doing everything together, I do try to make it a point to treat my daughters out like on a girls' night, a girls' date. I do that with my boys as well, like just the boys. Or I do an older date where I just take my older two and we go like do some stuff like that we can't do when we had the littles.
mm, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, like one of my favorites is I'll take my two older littles, we'll jump in the vehicle, we'll roll down all of the windows, we'll like blast the music, and we'll just like do that.
That's cool. They'll
Hmm.
remember those moments for like ever.
Yes, definitely.
I have
Plus,
I have a whole I
mhm,
have a whole list of questions right here.
yes,
I'm
ask me.
ask you a bunch of questions and then you could just answer it. Um,
Go for it.
as simple as you can, or as fast as you want, or
Hmm.
take your time. Doesn't really matter. Okay. These are internet questions too, so let me see.
Not questions you
If
wrote
you
down all week. Just kidding.
nah, because I literally just woke up and was like, man, I want to interview Navajo mom because I've been trying to do this with you for, I don't know, a couple weeks now. Wait,
What?
even way before the gala.
Why? How come you didn't tell me?
I didn't have your number.
Oh,
I
you
don't have a
saw
way
me
to
at the
contact you.
gala.
Well, remember I asked Ryan to hit you to
Oh, that
ask
was the one
Ryan.
time.
Yeah. That was the only one time I wanted to reach out. Just
Mm.
kidding. I was like, you know what?
Oh,
One
okay.
time is enough. I can't reach out again. I'm just kidding.
You probably asked someone else tonight and they were like last minute, oh, I can't do it. And you're like, man, who do I have as backup?
No. No, I actually, I'm trying to schedule one-on-one interviews like this. So the next one I have is going to be next Sunday, this
Hmm.
coming Sunday with Rezi, um,
Mm.
the one that's on, not Lil Rezi, but Rezi.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I
know.
have, yeah. We're gonna do next this coming Sunday,
Oh,
and we're
nice.
gonna. I think we decided
Okay. Nice.
seven here
Your
or
time?
six there.
Okay.
Seven, I don't know, something like that. We'll
Hmm.
figure it out. We'll put a flyer out, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'm trying to schedule more. I kind of want to. I'm trying to get Sierra on here too, so that we can discuss this tattoo that I have of her lips.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is Sierra's lips right here, and I kind of
Oh,
want.
man. There you go
Yeah,
for receiving gifts.
yeah. I'm always joking. I'm like, hey, Lefty can't stay off of my arms now.
Oh, no. I asked Lefty, I was like, why does he call you Lefty? And he's like, because I'm Lefty. And I'm like, whoa, that is some die hard, like I don't know,
Yeah,
some die hard relationship right there.
yeah. Yeah. You see, and the other YouTubers that want to jump on, like I would love to interview Kitty one of these days, and then
Hmm.
also D, Lovely Lila, whoever's interested in it.
Hmm.
Obviously, I have some people who I'd be interested in
Hmm.
interviewing.
Hmm.
Um, and if they're down for it, I'd be down for it.
Why, if I may ask, why did you want to interview me?
Uh, because you're married and you have five children and you seem really happy, and I know you have things that you're struggling with personally,
Hmm.
and I kind of just wanted to figure out how you're able to still be so happy and still keep pushing forward with your life and stuff. And I also really wanted to know how in the world you even had time to still do YouTube videos with all that you have going on in your life. So
Just
I don't
time
know, just
management.
time management. Yeah.
Time management. And yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know,
literally,
and you
girl.
just seem pretty cool to just talk with. That's all. Like I
Oh,
said, you remind me of my sister.
were you a little bit were you a little bit
Nervous.
like nervous or not intimidated, but like did you think of like do I like knowing me now, am I what you thought of like but what before you first met me?
I feel like there was not a wall, but there's a point where I had to cross. I feel like it's not necessarily you.
Mhm.
I feel like it's me. I feel like I was more nervous of what you thought of me rather than what I'm thinking of you. I felt like
Mhm.
I don't know exactly who you speak to and what you've heard about me or what you've seen of me online and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I was more nervous of what you were gonna think of me. That's what I was
Like
nervous
you
about.
thought that I judged you or something?
Yeah, yeah, something like that. I feel like
Like
obviously,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. People have. I know that people have some type of reserve toward me.
Mhm.
It's not. It's not. It's not like hard to see that kind of thing. And I just kind of figured, what if you were like that toward me, and what if you were not gonna be so open with me or have this kind of conversation with me? That's what I was nervous about, is that we wouldn't be able to talk, you know?
We're like looking at each other like,
Yeah. It was more like, so
oh,
what do you like to do for fun? And stuff like that, yeah.
I don't know. Just kidding.
Yeah, you see, I was nervous that it might be that kind of interview, but I'm glad that it's not like that. But no, I feel like you're exactly what I imagined you'd be like to have a conversation with.
Well, that's good. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want people to ever feel like nervous or weird or whatever. Um, but also too, I knew nothing of you like to judge you on. Um,
Mm.
And I'm like that too with people. Like I love to give people not like a benefit of the doubt. I just love to give people their own time to make an impression on me. Like I really like to give people chances. Like when say if we met one time and things didn't go well, I won't like chalk it up to that. I'm not gonna leave it at that. I'll be like, you know what, maybe they're going through something hard that day or something. Like it's not
Mm.
always about us. Know what I mean? People go through hard stuff, so it kind of affects their day or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad you didn't hear anything about me. Not saying that people talk about me all the time, or I'm not trying to be conceited or whatever. It's just
Well, that should be like comforting to you because I don't have people who come to me like honestly, I know nothing about anyone out there. Um someone one of my subscribers asked me, they're like, "Is there drama going on between the native YouTuber community?" And I was just kind of like, "Oh," I was like, "Honestly, I have no idea. Like if there is, I'm so sorry. Like I hope
yeah.
not." But yeah.
Yeah, there is. I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. I was like, I, yeah, I hear some things, but I will not
How
say,
like how
not
I
on this live.
I mean, we're not gonna say it, but I mean, it's just like a rhetorical question. Like, how do you even come across that? Like, I have not heard anything like that, and so I just kind of feel like I'm just in my own box. Like, I don't hear things like that. Um, I didn't know, I wasn't aware that that was going on.
That's not necessarily drama. I think it's just people are comfortable telling me things because they know I won't ever say, I won't tell them, I won't tell other people what this person said, you know? So I hear some things from different people who I'll never say anything about it, but I do hear things, but it ain't
Mhm.
like drama. I mean, like native YouTubers are not drama, like they're not fighting with each other or whatever. And when it does happen, like it actually did happen a couple of times on people's lives, like native YouTubers would be like saying things to each other, but I feel like at the end of the day, we all kind of feel like it's still our responsibility to put out content for the people. So we still, it's almost like, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I do this for myself and I do this for myself," but that's not what YouTube is about. You know, YouTube is about the community of YouTube, and it's more like sharing your experiences and your life with the people who want to learn from you or who love to watch you. It's not about you at that point anymore. It's
Mhm.
about other people. So
Yeah.
regardless of what a YouTuber feels about another YouTuber, at the end of the day, they need to get their shit together because they have a community that they need to um, to motivate or to
Mhm.
share experiences with and to just be there for them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
mean,
all the YouTubers know that.
and I feel like also, um, I feel like we can encourage each other. Like, I also don't believe you have to subscribe to each other. Like, I don't know. Like, I even for myself, I tell people like, don't subscribe. Like, don't subscribe unless you know I'm your jam. Like, you don't have to subscribe. Please don't subscribe. Like, I don't ask for your subscriptions. Um, if I'm for you, you will know it and you'll subscribe anyways. Um, but like within the native community, I always like try to tell people like, yeah, go check out their channel. I'm not gonna tell them to subscribe though, because that just wouldn't be who I am. So
Mm,
I mean, there's that too, just like being healthily supportive of one another.
that's cool. I respect that.
Yeah. But at
That's
the same
valid.
time, I'm like, can we just love?
Yeah. Love is like the answer, but you can't really appreciate love without the other shit too, you know. So there has to be someone
Yeah.
out there who provides the conflict in order for us to appreciate everything else. So
I tell my
that's
babies
important.
hurt people,
Mm,
and they just need love.
that's true. That's true. Hurt people do hurt people. All right, you
Ask
ready
your
for these questions?
question. Hmm.
Okay. What would you do if you didn't do this? Well, we're talking about
I,
YouTube.
oh, if I didn't do YouTube,
Yeah.
I would be more, I would have more time to write. I would be a writer.
Writing.
Hmm.
Do you have
I'm,
anything written?
I'm working on a book. I've been working on this book for 2 years, but I am
Really?
working, yeah, I'm working on a book. I'm actually working on two children's book. I'm just trying to figure out the illustration part of it right now.
Do people know this about you?
A lot of people know that I'm a very great writer. A lot of people on my Facebook page, like my Facebook friends, they're like, Sarah, you're so passionate and you write words so great. Like, you know exactly what to write. You put everything great into thought. And I've had like several people tell me, like, you should write a book, you should write a book. And so I've been trying to work on getting my book published, but I'm not done writing it yet.
Mm. Is it just about your life?
No, this one's actually a story, like actual story that I'm writing.
What's it about?
Can't
Just
tell
kidding.
you.
This is about a girl who denied her
No
husband for
spoiler.
6 years. Just
No.
kidding. That's cool though. That's cool that you like to write. I like to write letters to my subscribers.
Mm,
I'd be over here typing them little stories and stuff. I recently just started typing it and then printing it, and then I just sent off a couple of letters today actually. So that's pretty fun to do that. It's pretty dope.
nice. That's so cute.
You should do that someday. You should.
I
You probably
should.
be busy all day. Yeah.
Wait, guys, you can't eat. I'm writing a letter.
Can tell.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Next question. What is the best compliment you've ever received?
Um, I guess one of the best compliments I've ever received is this one young I don't know, like a tween. He was like 12. Um, so he told me, um, he said, "Thank you for being the mom that I've never really had, but the mom that I've always like needed." So
Aw,
that was
that's
like the
nice.
best, yeah, because we literally looked out for him, took him in here and there.
What?
Wait, what happened?
I have no idea. Am I
Huh?
here? Huh? Do you see me?
Yeah, but I can't hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you a little bit.
How about now?
I hear myself more than I hear you.
I hear yourself very loudly.
Yeah. What happened?
I don't know.
Okay. Um.
Do we like go out and back in?
mm,
Can you
Maybe
hear
you
me?
can leave and then come back.
Okay. Okay.
All right then. All right.
Okay.
All right. Technical difficulties. Everybody, just hold on. I don't know what happened to the live just now. D Lovely, if you're down, hit me up, okay, at Yazzie at gmail.com. Hit me up and let's go schedule a date that works for you. Um, Kitty, if you're still watching this and if you're down, any other YouTubers who are watching this, if you're down to go live with me to schedule something, hit me up at Yazzie at gmail.com. Or I can even just hit you up. It doesn't matter. Hope you guys are enjoying the live, though. Thank you guys for watching. Um, Something happened, technical difficulties, and we are trying to get Sarah back on the live. Uh, Not too sure what just happened, but we'll wait for her. Yeah, she's a cool person, isn't she? Like I was saying, I was like really nervous of what she would think about me rather than what we would have a conversation about. Because I knew that if we weren't gonna click, then the conversation wouldn't have flown. So glad that we were able to. Oh, here she is. Hello. Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Okay. Yay! It was
I don't know
it
what
was
happened.
Satan. Just kidding.
See, okay, not today, Satan.
Not today,
Okay.
Satan.
All right, so we got the best compliment, and we got what you wouldn't do, what you would be doing if you weren't doing this.
Mhm.
So the next question is, what one event inspired you to become a YouTuber?
Um, what's one event that inspired me to become a YouTuber? Um, I saw one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Angela Braniff. She actually has a channel. It's called This Gathered Nest. She has two channels actually. She is like the epitome of mom. And I was like, man, I just like seeing like how she moms. And I was like, I want to show how we can mom, like how Navajo moms can have channels and like, do all this homeschool stuff and everything. So that encouraged me.
That's cool.
Hmm.
So this is her.
Yes, yes, that's her.
This
Yeah.
gathered nest.
Hmm. Yes, please do. I love her. I love her. Like if I could meet anyone in the whole world, it would be her. Hmm.
That's cool. Hell yeah, I'll check it out. I've never seen it, but it'd
Yeah,
be
so
fun to
this
watch.
gathered nest is more of like her family stuff, homeschool, and then her Angela Braniff is more of her mom, like mom life hacks, cleaning hacks, organizational, like, oh, what cool items I'm using this month. It could be like a clutch, a shirt, whatever. But yeah.
I'll check it out. I gotta
Okay.
learn some things about mom life. When you first started out, were you embarrassed to tell people? Were you embarrassed to like talk to the camera or just even interact with people through the through the videos? No. Yeah, you
No.
don't see. You don't. I saw one of your videos where you were standing in line while you were trying to order some food or something. You were talking to the camera like that, and I'm like, damn, she don't feel like weird about that. No.
I know. I'm just like, it's not weird.
How do you
Why?
get over something like? I mean, like I like for me, I definitely choose the moments I'm able to do that.
Mm-hmm,
I'm definitely more confident when
mm-hmm.
I'm with others. Like if I'm with Jerickson or if I'm with Lefty, I can I can really get it. But like if I'm just by myself, probably not. When I'm by myself, really, I don't really like to vlog like in public. I just kind of do my own thing.
Yeah.
But I won't go to the store and be like, yo, check it out, guys. I'm gonna buy this when I'm by myself. Nah, I can't do something like that.
You should try it.
Man, I don't know about that. I don't think
I mean,
I
put
don't know.
yourself out of your comfort zone. You'll grow.
Yeah.
You'll be like, what was I scared of?
I don't know if I'm afraid to do it or if it's just not.
Good night, ML.
if it's
Sorry,
just
I'm not
not,
looking. Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where I can what I can do.
Well,
I mean,
if
I
you
can do it, but I just
you're like, I just choose not to.
it's like sometimes I don't even want to vlog, you know, and then
Mhm.
sometimes it's just like most of the time when I want to vlog is when I'm with other people, you know. But when I'm by myself, like I don't really want to vlog that
Do you feel like
often.
it's
So
not interesting enough?
I feel like I don't do as much interesting things anymore. You know, I feel like people want me to do more extreme funny things than
Mhm.
just what I do day to day because I would love to vlog my work progress and what I do on the computer when I do estimates and quotes and give people calls or go to different houses and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But I feel like it might be boring for some people, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know.
I hear you on that. I feel like sometimes with my vlogs, um, when I'm recording like halfway into it, I'm like, do people even watch this? I'm like, is this even like interesting? I'm like, who watches this?
Yeah.
It's just how you feel sometimes.
Yeah, and then at that point, it just becomes more for you at that point, you know. Then you're just
Yeah,
like, I don't care what people say. I'm just gonna do it because it's right.
yes, which is why
Uh,
like I make myself laugh in the videos or like I throw in some funny faces or some weird stuff. Like those people who really watch your stuff all the way through, like they'll be like commenting in the chats.
yeah, true that. What is one falsehood you have said in one of your videos?
What is one what?
Falsehood?
Falsehood?
Let's see.
Like like what? Like something I'm not about, something I'm saying I'm about, but I'm not.
falsehood,
Yeah, falsehood. Let me see. The state of being that you said in one of your videos that weren't true.
Something that I said was untrue.
That wasn't true.
Um, ew, I'm all having my serious look right now. Um, my native thought look.
Native
um,
glare. Hmm.
let's see. Trying to give you a good native look. I can't even do that stuff, man. Um, let's see.
You do that. Do that look again when I play the sound. Hold on. It's gonna be
Which
real
one? Like this?
indigenous.
Someone make this a meme. Oh, that one. Okay. I don't think there's anything. I'm
So
pretty
you're
much
real
like I'm
100%.
I'm pretty much real with like literally everything.
Hmm.
That's why I even ask like my subscribers, dude, ask me questions. Like no one everyone seems to be afraid to ask me questions. Like people will be like, "What's your hobby? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite candy?" But I'm like, "Ask me deeper questions."
What's your favorite candy?
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, but I mean, if you ask me like I'm not shy. I'm not scared."
Yeah. Yeah, when I that's why I was telling you today, I said, is there anything that I can't ask you?
Mhm.
Because I feel like I don't know, I just felt like there was some things that I couldn't ask you. I don't know.
Like what?
Just like the body count. Because I didn't know your
Oh.
history of dating, so I
Mm.
wouldn't just jump into like, hey, have you ever whatever, what you know, like weird ass questions I would ask like a guy,
No,
you
I
know.
just have 5 children and I don't know how they got here.
I don't know. They just was there. One day I woke up, they were there. So you never told a lie. You're true. You keep it 100 all the way
Oh,
through and
yeah.
through. Okay. All right. You heard it here on this live first. That
I signed it.
Sarah, yeah, Sarah is the realest YouTuber out
With
there.
no, I'm not the realest, no, no.
No,
I'm not the realest, I'm just real, that's all.
you're just not. You just don't lie.
I'm just me, like, if I mess up, dude, I'll be like, guys, I messed up this week. Or I don't know, like even my channel name, the Navajo Mama, I even like came out to my community and I was like, guys, I didn't know there was already another Navajo Mama. I feel like I'm like, I feel like
Is
I
it
took her
really?
spot. Yeah. And I was like, what should I do? I was like, I feel so bad. I didn't know. But like even that, I came out about that. Like that was really like weird. Like I felt so dumb because I was like, man, I didn't research. I didn't know there was another the Navajo Mama. But she does like Pinterest stuff. I guess she has like her own little business. She doesn't have a YouTube though. So I was like, whew.
But that's not on
No, it's
YouTube.
not on YouTube. But still I was like, oh man.
Oh, okay. You never taught. You never contacted her.
No. I didn't contact her to be like, hey, how do you feel? I just left it at that. A lot of people in my comments were like, no, you guys are completely different. She like sells things. You are a YouTube content creator. Yeah.
Two totally different.
Yeah, and then when you
Um,
Google, like, the Navajo
yeah.
Mama, it doesn't really pop up as much. Good night, Renee.
Oh,
Good night, Merc.
oh yeah. Renee's going to sleep.
Go to sleep. Get
Yeah,
those
that's
REM stages.
that was whoa.
You heard it.
If you could be someone else for one day, who would it be and why? You can't
Um,
say me because just
no,
kidding.
I think like part of me wants to be my husband because then I can understand like how his day is and just kind of understand him like more in that depth. But then part of me is like, no, because I respect him so much to give him that privacy and to have him have his own stuff. But I guess if I could trade places with one person, um I really don't know who else it would be. I guess no one.
So your
Yeah, I
husband?
mean, if anything,
No one?
him, but yeah. I love who I am. I want to stay who I am.
That's valid. Who's your favorite YouTuber? I think you already answered this one
hmm
just earlier.
Yes, Angela
Okay.
Branda.
We know your favorite YouTuber. Okay. What when did you first realize that you were I don't know how you consider yourself as being a YouTuber. I don't know if you say you're famous or you're well known or whatever, but when did you notice that you were famous, well known?
I noticed more that I had a presence when I had multiple ladies come up to me at different times throughout the summer, approaching me at the park, telling me that they love my channel. And I was really surprised because it came out of nowhere. I even had one individual at a park come up to me um, and she was like, "I love you, like, I love your channel, like, I watch your channel," and I was just like, "Oh my gosh," and I even had a man come up to me, and he was like, "Hi," he's like, "I don't wanna freak you out, but my wife really loves you, she watches your channel, and she's standing over there, and she's so shy, she can't say hi, but that's my wife," and I was like,
That's
"Oh," and I was
cool.
like, "Well," I was like, "Is she okay with me coming to say hi?" And he's like, "Yeah, she would really love that." So I walked over with him to her, their babies were playing. It was at a park. And I was like, hi. I was like, my name's Sarah. I was like, what's your name? And she told me her name. And then I was like, are you okay with a hug? And she's like, yes. So I hugged her. And I was like, your husband told me you watch my channel. And then he was like, yeah, when I leave for work, because he travels for work. He was like, she'll tell me at night, okay, love you. I gotta go. I'm gonna watch the Navajo Mama.
Aw.
And I was like, oh, like, you're so sweet. But it was like all these little meets that just happened so organically. Um, I even like when I went to Safeway, in the meat produce area, there was a lady who was working there, came up to me and she was like, the Navajo Mama? And I was like, "Hi." And she's like, "Are you the Navajo Mama?" I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "Oh my goodness." She's like, "Can I take a picture?" And I was like, "Yes, you can." But it's just stuff like that. I even had some Caucasian teenagers were like pointing at me, talking about me, and I was just kind of like, "Why are they pointing at me?" And then he was like, "Dude, just ask her. Dude, just ask." And I was like, and I just stood there, and he was like, He's like, "Are you that like that mom, like that Navajo mom
That
on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You watched my channel?" And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I knew it was you." And they're talking to each other, and he's like, "Dude, you saw that Navajo mom." And I was like, "It's the Navajo mama." And I was like, "How did you even come across my channel?" These were Caucasian teenagers. They were like 14, 15 in that age.
mm.
And I was like, "How did you come across my channel?" And they're like, "We were looking up hunting videos, and that butchering of that sheep, man, that was sick."
Oh shit.
They're like, "Man, that was awesome. That was sick. Your whole family just ate the sheep." I was like, I was dying.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah,
That's funny.
I get it a lot too.
It's the Navajo, yeah. The,
Yeah, the
the Navajo ma. It's not just Navajo
no,
mama.
it's the.
Ah, because you're the Navajo mama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
uh, looking back on your YouTube career, what is one thing that you feel like you would do differently?
Um, I would I would show I would show a little less of my children and kind
Hmm.
of tell them more upfront that they are going to be in my channel very, very little than what they are right now. I feel like the amount that they are right now is borderline okay. I never want to exceed that. I'm not a family channel. I never will be a family channel. I will never exploit my children. Um, I really feel passionate about keeping their favorites to themselves, their own trials to themselves. Like a lot of my children right now, some of my Instagram friends, followers will know that we do multiple things throughout the week, and our family is so busy because of all of these different commitments we all have. But for my children, I always make it a daily promise to myself. Don't show when they get hurt. Don't show when they get sick. Don't show when they go to the hospital, when they have a tantrum. Like all of these things. I know as part of a mom, all of these things do happen. You're bound to go through tantrums or whatnot, but it is not up to me. That is my child's privacy. Like when they're 13,
Hmm.
14, they don't have to look back and see, "Oh, my mom filled my tantrum. Oh man, my mom put like more potty training and showed me on the potty." Like there's things I have to be very mindful of. There are a lot of people out there who don't have the best of intentions. And while I cannot protect my children entirely, I am their advocate. I am their responsible parent. I am their mom. I'm supposed to protect them and nurture them. I can share them healthily on my channel, like here and there. Um, but if I could go back over, I would have told my littles more of like, "You're not going to be in my channel a lot because of this and blah blah blah." Like more strict than what it is. I love them so much. They are my life. Like literally, I do every single thing every day with them. That is what my life centers around, them and my husband. And so I feel like my channel would be a little bit different. And I feel like that's a little bit of a tough challenge I have right now because I'm trying to gear towards that from here going out. I'm trying to make it so much more mom focused just on me and not have my babies in there. But at the same time, I'm like, they're my babies. I want to like
Yeah.
have them see them at this age. But so I'm trying to find that healthy boundary of having them in there, but not exploiting them. I'm
Mhm.
just not down for showing birthday parties, showing nap times, bed routines, all of that.
Do they want to have more of a presence on your YouTube videos, or are they okay
Yes.
with just? Oh, they want to.
They want to have so much more presence. My middle guy, he's like he's like, "I'm fine, like I'm all right." um, and so, but there's like little things that happen daily that I would like to share, like smiles and laugh, and I mean, it's not always easy. It never is everywhere. But it is up to my child. Like they're going to have whatever I put on the internet lifelong. And I think that sometimes we don't understand that. I'm also very careful of who I show in my video. So if I'm going to have my family in there, I always ask them, is it okay if I record? Are you guys okay with being in my video? If not, I'll blur you out. I won't record right now. And then just recording all of the little things. So yeah.
Hmm, that's cool. I respect that. I feel like I would do the same thing if my kids were with me
Mm-hmm.
100% of the time. I don't. I think I would not put them on as much as possible. I would kind of keep them off of it, but maybe every once in a while, just like you said, I would put them on. But at this point, it's not up to me.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather them not have a presence on social media.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just it is what it is. But I respect what you just said. That's super
Yeah.
valid.
It's hard because I try to find that boundary. Like I still want them in it sometimes. Because I do want to show people like speak lovingly to your children. Like that makes a huge difference. Don't
Mm,
be like annoyed and frustrated with them. Like be patient.
true. Let's see. Let me read some of these comments. Renee went to sleep. She said, "Thank you. Good night, Jermunson." Sarah, good conversationalist. Good night, y'all. Are you going to be asking me those questions too? If so, I'll be prepared. I'll probably try to switch it up. I don't really want to ask the same questions, but if it does pop up, then I will. Spade says, "Love all in life, others." What's his name says, "I agree with you. That's why I am." What's his name? Happen off the red says, "Good night, y'all. Kitty is live, and this live was great. Thank you. You two have a blessed night."
Bye. It
Okay, good
happened up
night
the
too.
rest.
White Coyote. Oh, White Coyote. I was. You were literally on my live last night. I was live, and I showed your video right here on on the TV, and I was like, what did I say? I was like, oh, I zoomed real close into your turquoise earring, and I was like, I think I'm gonna try to, or let me pawn that, or something like that. I made a funny joke, but yeah. I literally barely watched one of her videos last night when I don't know, were you watching the live last night?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Well, we were right
Oh,
here, and
so
then
good.
we looked up the video.
Oh, I
We were
don't
on
know White
Jerickson's live.
Coyote.
You don't know White Kid? I don't. Yeah, I don't know her neither, but I saw her video last night. So,
Mm. I
but
will
I did.
definitely
I
go check it out.
yeah. Go check it out. I saw her email today. I don't know if she's watching, but White Coyote, I saw your email today, and I was going to email you so that we can do this live too sometime in the future. So look out for my email, Jermus and Yazzie. Um, David says, shout out to White Coyote. She's another awesome YouTuber. It happened off the res in the night. Y'all on the live stream. All right, good night. All right, so advice, okay? What's some new advice you would give to a new YouTuber, someone who wanted to start a new channel?
Um, don't really, don't really, um, don't really stress over your niche. Like, I know that's one of the main things every YouTuber, they're like, find a niche. Like, don't really stress over that. Just show what you love, like, even if it's a variety, because you're initially just doing the channel for yourself. And then if you're in a niche, you're specifically tied down to one thing. And while not having a niche might not help your algorithm or anything, it still helps your channel be genuine. And that's what I would say. I mean, there's so much more advice, but that's basically it.
That's good advice for
Hmm.
people who are trying to be a YouTuber, not to stress out for what
Yeah, because
for the
sometimes all that
algorithm and stuff.
stress, you'll just like keep yourself from starting.
That's true, no doubt. What is your least favorite thing about doing YouTube?
My least favorite thing used to be editing because we all know how much of a pain that is. But
Yeah.
my recent thing of my least favorite thing is actually the thumbnails.
You don't like having to edit the thumbnail?
No, I like making those. It's just like what I put on it. Like I try not to be oh man, I don't have a hair tie. I try not to be like anyone have a hair tie? Just kidding.
Oh yeah,
Um,
here you go.
thank you. Um, let me check in my purse. Um, no, but dude, look at my purse. That's so much stuff in my purse.
What the heck? You have a purse inside your
Yeah, I have.
purse.
Okay, wait, real quick. Oh, that's my channel.
Yeah, look at all those thumbnails you're
Oh,
talking about.
no, I have a hard time. I have a hard time deciding what's gonna go on there because I don't want it to be like bait or whatever, but I don't want it to be dull.
Wow.
I just have a hard time with like choosing. But yeah, literally
Okay.
in my purse, I have like wipes. I have my fanny pack. I have my wallet. I have like a lot of stuff in here.
Why? Why you have so many things in there?
Seriously, everyone always needs something. If someone's like, "Hey, I need a screwdriver," I'm like, "I got one." If they're
I
like, "I
got a
need a band-aid,"
screwdriver.
I'm like, "I got one." If they're like, "I need a portable phone charger," I'm like, "I have one." Like, you need a diaper? I got you. Need a tampon? I
That's
got you.
that's
Need
a
I
mom's
just don't have
purse, huh?
condoms. Don't come to me for that. But I got everything else.
Yeah, that's true. That's good. You have an envelope in there?
I have a fork.
Yeah, you gotta. I really gotta step up my game as far as thumbnails because my a lot of people's thumbnails and they're really dope.
Mine?
And I'm like, why? Like, no, I see a lot of other
Oh,
YouTubers and yours. Yours is
no.
good too. You got a lot of good thumbnails. Like, I would never have the patience to make something like that one right there.
The Navajo Feast one?
Yeah, I could never have the patience to make that. I would be like, nah, I just take a picture and then just put whatever on there, you know?
Like,
Like even this one right here, that's a really good thumbnail too. This bottom one right here.
oh, the sharing. Oh, oh my gosh, that one where it says we lost a sheep, that one was crazy.
That was a year ago.
I know. I feel like time is flying by so fast.
So those of you guys who don't know of the Navajo Mama, she has 340 videos. Did you know you have 340 videos?
I think so.
You
I
knew
don't
that?
know. I know it's like over 300.
Yeah, you have 340 videos,
Oh, wow. I need
and you
to up
have
my game.
what the hell? That's a lot of videos.
I need to crank out more this week.
Your goal, you have 5,190 subscribers. That's good.
Mhm.
You literally say my name is Sarah on here.
Mhm. Yet,
Hmm.
yet no one knows my name.
I know. Um, Overall, you have 535,187 views on your channel. It's a lot of views.
Wow. Oh,
That's what
wow.
it says. And then you have Instagram. People can follow you on that dating app at the Navajo Mama.
Dating more like babysitter app. I'll come watch your kids. You need a date night? Call me.
um, what do you do about nasty comments or negative comments? How do you deal with those?
It depends upon what type of nasty you're talking about.
Just maybe let's just focus on the negative comments.
Okay. So negative comments, if it's pertaining to like myself, I just don't say anything. If it pertains to someone who's in my video, then I say something.
Mm.
I just like give them a warning, and then if they repeat it again, then I say bye and I block them. I don't care about losing that one subscriber or viewer. That's not okay
Mm.
to disrespect someone who's on my video. But if you're disrespecting me and my dude, that's okay. I don't care. Now back to the nasty comment. If it's nasty, more of like, oh, you're not Navajo enough or something like that type of nastiness. Like, dude, you're just, I just kill them with kindness.
Mm.
Now, if they're nasty, like in a perverted way or whatever, then I just call them out on it.
Yeah, it's so weird to deal with negative comments. But people have their own ways, you know. A lot of YouTubers they got their own ways. Some people just ignore it. It's kind of hard to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you're okay with it, we'll end at 3 hours. That's 12 more
Okay.
minutes. Is that fine, or you want to
Oh,
end
I
it
thought you
sooner?
said you want to end at 3 a.m. Just
Oh,
kidding.
3 a.m. Nah, that's too much for me. You know, I usually go to sleep around 10 or 10:30
What?
or something.
I would
Yeah,
not have guessed.
yeah. I don't stay out. I
Dude,
don't go out. I don't go out. I don't go do stuff like that. I just stay here at work and that's it. I
you could like read a
literally
book. Some
I could
good
read a
big
book.
reads.
I'm actually I'm listening to the
Yeah.
audio book,
Mm-hmm.
the 40, was it 48 laws of power, or was it
Mm-hmm.
42? One of those
Mm-hmm.
two. That's the one I'm listening to now. It's 9 hours long. I would never be able to read that book. So I
Oh my
literally just listen
gosh.
to it. Yeah.
Um, if you like romance or whatever, I like Redeeming Love.
Redeeming Love.
Mm-hmm. By Francine Rivers.
Hmm. Oh no! You did not just yawn on the
I
live. Oh shit! All right,
I will
I'm
tell
gonna
you this.
yawn. I'm gonna yawn.
I You almost made me like cough out my lung. Um, no, I'm serious. I am the queen of yawns. If you watch any of my videos, you're like, I'm literally like all the way, and I'm like,
Oh,
sorry guys,
yawning.
sorry guys. I'm like, you're not boring, I swear. But no, I'm constantly yawning. I think I have yawnitis.
Yawnitis.
I'm just kidding. But no, I yawn all the time. Like even when I'm not tired, I yawn. And when I read the word yawn, I start yawning.
I think
But
yawning, when I see other people yawn, it makes me want to yawn. Everybody's
it's
like that, but
contagious.
yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to yawn right now.
Oh, speaking
Don't
of
want to
like
yawn.
sleeping, do it, Speaking of like going to sleep, I cannot like I go to sleep like at 2 or 3.
What? Why?
I just cannot sleep. I try so hard to go to sleep by like 11, but it's so hard. I just like lay there, toss and turn.
You ever try to take stuff to help you sleep?
No, but someone told me about, oh, my doctor told me about these herbal gummies. Because apparently, the gummies right now are like very helpful for inflammation, sleep, lupus. Like a lot of my friends who have lupus and my lupus community, they have those gummies, for medicinal support. So I just have not, I just have not found myself yet with like deciding if I should take it or not. So,
Mm.
but I'm like, I
Well,
got a
that's,
prescription.
when you go to sleep at 2 o'clock, how late do you sleep? Or do you wake up
I
early?
wake up at 6. It's like 6 if I can, maybe 7, but I gotta wait, I got a whole house to run.
Like 3 to 4 hours of sleep? That's all you have? Like, that's all you
Yeah.
run on? You take naps during the day?
No, I cannot take a nap because if I take a nap and I go to sleep, I wake up feeling worse off than I did before taking a nap.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't when I'm trying to go to sleep, I get anxious when I go to sleep. So I have these little pills that I take to help me go to sleep, and I
Mm-hmm.
take it around 9:30, and then I go to sleep, and I wake up until the morning time.
So it's like
But
melatonin or like
yeah,
or
it's
what is
like
it?
the ZQL pill. I know they're not
Oh.
healthy for you, but they're the little ZQL tablets,
Mm-hmm.
and I take two. Sometimes I take three if they don't work. But I just like to just put me just let me get it over with and wake up in the
Mm-hmm.
morning. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't love sleep. I know it's important and I need it.
Oh
But
yes.
if I had a choice, I would rather not sleep. That yeah, and I would rather not eat, but I need both of them.
I know I
I
could
love
go all day without eating. As much as I don't eat, I'm like, dude, why am I not losing weight? Like I don't eat. Like what? Come on. Where's it going?
I'm the opposite though. I have to eat. Like I have to eat in the morning. During the afternoon, I have to eat. In the evening, I have to. As a matter of fact, after we get off this live, I think I'm gonna eat something because I'm pretty hungry right now, and I hate
Mm-hmm.
going to sleep hungry. It's just because ever since we were small, my mom fed us morning, lunch, dinner, like all the time. Even though we were like had no money, she'd always feed us. And now every
Mm-hmm.
time I go home, my mom is always cooking something. She's always like, "Eat,
Aw.
you guys eat." You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just like a thing. It's like a
Yeah.
routine in my life where I have to eat now. But
Yeah.
you need to sleep more. You try to go to sleep
I
early.
I try. That's one of my goals this year. I definitely know sleep is very important. We have to hit those REM stages. Like it's very vital to a lot of our health. And I'm trying to do better with sleep and also drinking water. I
Mm.
used to drink water very good. I used to drink a ton of water, but for the past, I want to say half year to a year, I have not been doing so good with drinking water. It's not like I don't drink soda or stuff like that. I just really love tea or lemonade. But I try to do better with water.
So, do you drink soda?
No,
Are you not allowed to, or you just don't want to?
I just don't.
You're so lucky. I'm so addicted to drinking soda. It's hard to shake. I can't
Oh
stop
my
drinking.
gosh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that
horrible.
stuff can pull you into it.
Yeah, that's where my man boobs come from. I literally have big ass man boobs. That's where my soda goes
The
to.
size B cup.
Hell yeah! When I shake my shoulder.
It jiggles.
Do you have any last words to say to everybody who is listening? We got about 5 more minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone who have been here. Thank you for inviting me and welcoming into this community. It was so fun to be here. If you want, you can go ahead and check out my channel. If not, that's okay as well. And if you came here from my channel and you already know Jermonson, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. I love the live. I feel like I could talk more and more and more. Like I could talk forever. There's seriously like no limit. But I could literally do this for another hour or 2 or 3 hours. But if any of you guys have questions, I'm here. If you want to send me an email, you can go ahead and do that. Thank you everyone for partaking in the chat. For those of you who did go home already, thank you so much for spending your time with us. I hope you all have an amazing weekend and I hope you all keep hydrated. And thank you, Jermonson.
No, thank you for joining. Like I said, I was trying to set this up for a while now, and I'm so glad that Jerickson had your number. And I was like, "Yo, can you hit up Navajo Mama for me and ask her if she wants to join the live?" And he said, "Yeah."
What did you say?
He said, "Yeah." He said, "Wait, I think he said you want me to ask her," and I said, "Yeah, can you ask her?" And that's when he asked you.
He didn't
And
even
I was
ask
like,
me that.
or something like that. Can you ask her to contact me, or something like
Yeah,
that?
he was
Yeah, yeah.
just like, here's Jermonson's number. I was like, okay.
What the fuck? Thanks,
He's
Jay.
He's like, Jermonson wanted me to give you his number. Here's his number. And I was like, okay. I was like, thank you. Then I was like, I hope you have a great weekend. But I'm doing, yeah, that was so funny. So then I messaged you, but I was like, I don't know if I need to say like, hey, this is the Navajo Mama. But I was like, he should know this is Sarah. I was like, this is Sarah.
Yeah, I'm glad that the only person who I was expecting a text from was you. Otherwise, I would have been like, "Who the hell, Sarah? I don't know, Sarah."
And
I
like delete.
was like, "Nope, that wasn't me." Just kidding.
Oh my
leave
gosh, I
leave
know.
me alone. Well, I appreciate you jumping on the live with me.
Hmm.
I feel like this can become a thing to where I'm
Hmm.
more open to do have conversations with women because
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm not, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even gotta
Yeah.
say it, but you know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like it can open up doors to where I'm able to have conversations with women, and I've always been able to do it. It's just I've been kind of afraid to do it just because I don't know.
I
I'm
think
just
I think you I think a little bit of you is a little bit protective because I do see like some of the men in the chat who probably get on your videos sometimes, like ruffle a little bit of feathers in there. And so I feel like maybe you're careful in that way. Is that right? Or am I totally wrong?
mm,
I'm
careful as
wrong.
far as me, or careful as far as
Like the lady, the person you have on your live.
oh,
Are you disrespectful to that?
I don't know what it's just I don't trust ladies. No
Oh,
offense, I don't.
no, that's
It's
okay.
hard for me.
I'll steal your
Yeah,
food.
it's hard for me to trust women because I I've been raised by a really good mom. Like I have no trust issues with my mom and my sister. But it's just hard for me to trust.
Hmm.
You know, it's just hard. I know how to talk to women and have conversations with them, but
Right.
it's just some things have been said about me and to me that I feel like I don't want that to happen any further. So
Hmm.
I have my guard up for sure. But I was telling Lefty tonight that I don't want to be so guarded anymore, and I kind of want to let down the my guards a little, just a little bit, so I can experience new things and stuff. And
Hmm.
this right here, this conversation that we had, it definitely makes me feel like
Aw.
I could have different conversations with women too without it being anything weird, because people who are on the channel, they start to say weird shit, and then
Mhm.
they start to make things into what it's not. And I don't want to have to deal with that. That's why I kind of stay away from women because I did a live with Annalyn, and then someone said that we were dating, and then they saw
Mhm.
me and Kitty together on the video, and they said that me and Kitty were dating. So I'm just like, come on, dude, like, why you guys gotta be that way, And then it kind of makes me put my guard up, and I don't want to put them in a uncomfortable situation to where they feel like I'm putting off that vibe or whatever, too.
Mhm.
So yeah, something like
Oh,
that.
I'm not a stranger to that. I've actually been like, um, I hugged my, I hug, I hugged my husband's brother, so my brother-in-law. Like I hugged him goodbye, and some passerby saw that, and they're like, "Oh, like she's dating someone else," not knowing that was my husband's brother. Um, And so when that first happened, I was kind of like, ugh, like, what? Like, how could you say that? Like, yeah, you think I'm that type of person? Like, is that what you think? But then
Uh,
after a while, I was just like, who cares? Like, that's not it. Like, people have energy and they spend it in weird places. But at the end of the
true.
day, I'm an adult. I know my relationships. I know how I try to encourage them, never jeopardizing. So if people talk, they talk.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I thank you for this live, and it's really
Mhm.
cool that you're able to jump on. And I don't know, I was low key nervous just about that, but I knew that we would be able to have a conversation. I knew that we were able to get along as much as we did. So it's
I mean,
it's
I think
cool.
you were a little bit doubtful about going to 11. You were like, "That's kinda long." But we made
No,
it. You made it.
yeah, I made it. It's actually 12:40 over here.
Oh my oh my gosh,
Yeah.
sorry. Go to bed.
No, 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 it's fine. Remember, we're an hour ahead
Yeah,
of you guys.
yeah.
Yeah, we're an
I
hour
keep
ahead of you
thinking
guys.
you're in Arizona.
Yeah, it's all good though. I had fun. It
Okay.
was nice. It was cool to get to know
Yeah,
you a little more. we got to do this again sometimes in the future.
Yeah, don't be a stranger. You know how to reach me now. Thank you so much for having me here. I hope you have a good sleep.
I will have. I'm gonna make something to eat. I'm gonna take my vitamins, and then drink some water, and then lay down. Probably.
Go
I always have to have something playing in the background, so I don't know what
aim.
I'm gonna have play tonight. But whatever you're doing in your life, like you have a lot going on. I
Mhm.
there's a lot that's happening in your personal life with your health and stuff like that, and I commend you for like striving and keeping positive and loving your family and loving your husband. I always admire that about women who choose that path to where they're loyal and love their husband and love their kids. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how my mom and my sister are. So I admire that about you. So thank you for being that way. And though you
Sleep.
probably feel like maybe people didn't learn anything tonight or something, but I feel like some people they benefited from this conversation that we had tonight. So thank you for being open with everybody, and thank you for encouraging everybody, and I appreciate you. And just if I could, if I could, if I could help you in any way, like yo, I totally would. I want you to be happy because I see that you're a joyful person and you love your family and you love your husband, and I just wish all the happiness for you and your husband. And I hope you guys stay together for forever, forever,
Me
forever.
too.
And
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
I'm like, we're growing old together and we're dying together. You're not
yeah,
leaving. I'm not leaving. We're dying together.
yeah, yeah. I admire that about you guys. So tell your husband I said, good job, and to continue to take care of you and your kids, and tell him I say, hello and
Okay, thank
congratulations.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'll let you go. Okay,
Okay,
stay
have a
strong. All
good
right,
night.
we'll
Thank
be here if
you.
you need anything. Just hit me up
Okay, thank you. Bye,
for
everyone.
sure.
Bye, Jermonson.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Bye. All right, guys, girls, that was Navajo Mama. If you guys, like she said, if you want to check out her channel, go check out her channel. If it's for you, then subscribe. But I appreciate you guys for all tuning in. It was a dope live, 3 hours long. Make sure you guys tune in next Sunday. I will be going live with Rezi, and we'll be doing this again. And I'm also going to reach out to some other YouTubers and see if they'll be down to jump on the live and have a conversation. So shout out to the Navajo Mama. She is the Navajo Mama. So shout out to the Navajo Mama. Thank you again for your time, and thank you for live. Everybody else, my AirPods literally died at 3 hours and 5 minutes. So next live we do, we got 3 hours and 5 minutes before my AirPods die. But thank you guys. Okay, it was fun. It was a fun night. It was a fun live. Very very dope, wasn't it? It was cool, right? I enjoyed it. Okay, good night, guys. Talk to you later. Peace out. Wait, let me. Oh, there you go. Peace.